Today, we are gonna see. What if Naruto had harem with Raven in different dimension? Please subscribe this channel, because definitely I will try my best to provide a valuable content for you all. Also check the description to support the original author for this beautiful creation. Many strange things have been happening to Naruto ever since his team left Konoha. First came the visions. That was just plain weird because when he was on the road with his team, everything would distort and he would be walking in a hallway, following a guy that was dressed as a traffic light or floating in a large village where the buildings were sky high. Then there was the feeling of burning up throughout the mission, not that he told anyone. Finally, small blue flames appeared in his hands, but he quickly shooking it off, getting odd looks from his team and Tezuna's family, but right now, none of that mattered at the moment. Too many emotions were going through Naruto's mind at the moment. Why? Well, Zabuza's apprentice just killed Sasuke. One emotion though, wanted to protect the others the best he could, and that was enough for a hidden seal on Naruto to be completely broken. The fourth had sealed away his true power and now it was coming out all at once. He was losing control and his anger was controlling him and his power. His body started to change, his skin became orange, and his hair grew to his shoulder and turned red, with yellow streaks here and there, and his hands and eyes were covered in ghostly blue fire. The fire was burning off his sleeves to reveal that he also gotten some good muscles. At the same time in another universe, the Teen Titans were doing their own thing. Beast Boy and Cyborg were playing some racing game. Raven was reading a book, but was sitting near the island counter in their kitchen. Robin was listening to some music while watching BB and Psy play, and Starfire was trying to cook something. Suddenly, Starfire felt dizzy and she dropped some plates, alerting the others since she never dropped anything. She stumbled into the living room behind the couches and fell to her hands and knees. She had feeling weird all day. It felt like she was with her twin brother again, but it faded in and out. The others quickly rushed over to her to see what was up, but they had to jump back a bit as her power went crazy and formed a ring of fire around her. It turned into the ghostly blue that Naruto was using. Her eyes were a mix of the usual green with ocean blue, but if they saw it, it was only for a few seconds because Starfire started screaming in pain a bit. While that was happening to her, her mind was watching the events through Naruto's eyes. She saw many mirrors and through them she saw Naruto and gasped in recognition. To her it seemed that Naruto had never used his powers before and was releasing that all in one moment. She then heard what he said next. "You killed Sasuke. Now I am going to kill you." He then rushed at a mask-wearing ninja and they began to fight for a bit, but thanks to Naruto's new strength, the enemy was tiring. Naruto was just pissed as the ninja went back into his mirrors, so Naruto did the next thing that came to mind. He put his hands in front of him and a huge built-up wave of blue energy shot out of them and through a few mirrors. Luckily, the ninja got out to a different mirror, but unluckily for Kakashi and Zabuza, who had stopped their battle because they had felt Naruto's new power, were almost incinerated by a wave of blue fire-like energy that went between them. "What in the hell?" yelled Zabuza. "Not sure, but Naruto may have a hidden bloodline limit, and one that I have never heard of before," said Kakashi. "I do know that is not the Kyuubi's power, thank God." Naruto then rushed up to the mirror that had the ninja in it and literally punched the mirror and the ninja as well after he came out. The ninja got back up but his mask cracked and fell off to reveal the boy who he had met a few days ago. Naruto's anger quickly disappeared, the fires disappeared and said, "Haku," said ninja, then told Naruto to kill him because he was a failure as a tool, but Naruto did not, and Haku went and took the Raikari to the chest for Zabuza. Naruto then gave him the lecture from the anime and he asked for a kunai. "Kid, thank you, when this is over, you can have my sword, I'll be dead anyway." The ex-mist nin then charged into attack and kill as many as the hired help from Gachuo that he could, and Gachuo himself. Sure, he got stabbed in the back a few hundred times, but he thought it was a good thing. He would be seeing Haku again. Gachuo pissed his pants when Zabuza was near, but that didn't last long because as he was killed he was thrown off the bridge. The man then walked slowly to Haku after that and fell next to him. "I am sorry, Haku. I just hope I can go to the same place as you," he said as he weakly put his hand on Haku's cheek. It then started to snow. Why are you crying? Is it for me?" Zabuza chuckled and then died. The hired help was about to attack them but saw that the villagers were armed to the teeth and so they just left. it was not worth it. Naruto then took Zabuza's sword like it was nothing and said, "Come on, let's go dig their graves." "Naruto, you idiot. What about Sasuke?" screamed the Banshee. The blow was obviously not a killing blow, he must have gotten back up in the middle of the fight. Naruto said, pointing to the emo king. "Sasuke!" screeched Sakura, but the Uchiha ignored it. Naruto, why do you look older now?" Sasuke asked. Naruto looked in a nearby puddle. He looked to be about 14 now. He shrugged. It was Kakashi who said something. It must be the effect of his bloodline awakening. Sasuke was confused, but when Naruto showed him the blue fire, he just shrugged as well. The bloodline trait could also explain why his hair and skin had changed as well. "Come on guys, they at least deserve a burial," said Naruto as they took the bodies with the help of the villagers and left the bridge, and with that, the connection broke. The blue fire around Starfire died down and she slumped to the ground. She had watched everything and now knew that was her brother. He acted just like him too, but he seemed that he had forgotten who and what he is. Her friends had gotten her to the couch where she regained consciousness. "What happened?" asked Robin worriedly. She looked up at them all with a sad smile and tears in her eyes and said, "My brother is alive." She was just met with shocked faces. That night in Naruto's world, they had just finished giving Zabuza and Haku a burial. It was hard work, but Naruto was determined to give them a good one. They were currently in Tazuna's living room when Naruto, without warning, fell on the floor, asleep. He also started to glow a greenish-blue color. "Kakashi, what is happening?" asked Sasuke. "I am not sure, this is a completely new bloodline limit to me, I just don't know," Kakashi said, so all they could do was wait and see. The connection was back again, but this time, Naruto was seeing things through Starfire's eyes. Currently, Starfire was walking to the living room, because the earlier event that had happened in the morning for them, and now it was in the afternoon. She didn't even notice anything was happening to her at the moment. She got to the living room and she saw Raven meditating. She walked up to her but did not say anything, instead she looked out the window. Raven opened an eye and said, "Can I help you? I don't understand it, friend Raven. All these years we have looked for him and now I get a connection and I have no idea where my brother even is. I would have thought Blackfire would have seen him and told me because she was just here, but," Starfire said. Raven just nodded. She had lost her family too. What was he even like? "We were only 3 when he was taken somehow. He was a brave boy, and father said he was the most honest kid in the universe next to me. That was because we were twins," she said. Raven's eyebrow rose. What must have happened before was probable twin telepathy, but in alien form. "You may be right, but I wish I could see him. What I saw through his eye today was very different. There was this Haku person who thought all he was a tool and wanted to die because he failed something. It seemed he had some ice powers. Then there was this one-eyed man. He was going to use lightning to punch some scary-looking guy, but this Haku took the blow for him and died. He must have been crying death because there was white things floating from the sky. That is what the scary man said. But even if they caused my brother pain, he still wanted to give them a good burial. He is so kind still. The only problem is that he has no idea what he is." Raven just sat there listening and said while looking in her eyes, "It seems he was a very good person, but I have to ask, what color is his eyes?" Blue, like your oceans." "Well, it seems that he will be happy and so will you because the connection is back up. Your eyes are blue-green now." At this, Naruto now knew this was not a dream. This is real. Starfire's eyes widened and said, "I heard him talk." Raven just smiled a bit before saying, "That is good, talk to him." Starfire nodded. "Brother, can you hear me?" "Yeah, I can. Could you please tell me what we are and what happened?" "Yes, but I think I should tell the others about you. They are now in the room. It is too bad you are not over here." Walk over to them and tell them I am here. Then put your hands into a cross seal and focus your energy into it saying Shadow Clone Jutsu. I think I might be able to talk to all them that way." "Okay brother." Raven, who had heard the conversation with her powers, turned to the others along with Starfire. "Friends, I have had another connection with my brother." At this, the 3 boys rushed over to the 2 and Robin said, "What? How?" "Friend Raven thinks it has something to do with the twin telepathy we have because we are twins. He is here. He also found a way to talk to us as well." Here, Starfire said excitedly as he did the hand sign that Naruto showed her in her mind and used her star energy. Shadow Clone Jutsu. The energy on her hands jumped from her hands and formed Naruto. Hey, he said as he waved to them. He was still wearing the burnt orange jumpsuit. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. At this, Starfire rushed up and gave him one of her hugs, but since he was the same thing as her, it did not hurt. Brother, I am happy to see you. Same here. So what are we and what is my name? Brother, we are Tamaranians. We are an alien race from outer space and our home planet is called Tamaran. The name you were given was Foxfire, because of your blue fire. After that, Naruto, Foxfire talked with the others to get to know them in the world where they lived in. It was then that Beast Boy said something. Dude, you need some new threads. BB, Cyborg, and Raven then left the room for a few minutes before they came back with new clothes. Naruto put them on. He now had black shoes, blue jeans, a black shirt, and a black trench coat with blue flames at the bottom of it and on the sleeves. Raven had used her powers to imprint the kanji for Foxfire on the back in blue as well. Wow, thanks guys. No problem dude, besides we are going to try and get you over to this world where you belong, said BB while Raven and Cyborg nodded. Raven, for some reason, felt that she was like the redhead. What things can you tell us about you and your world? Naruto thought about, but he went to his knees because of the shortage of chakra. I got to go soon. I'll give you a few worlds though. Elemental countries, 5 great villages of the main elements, Shikifuin, 9 Biju, Kyubi no Kitsune, Jinchuriki, Konoha. Those are all connected to me. And with that he disappeared, clothes and all. I will look in my book those names. Kyubi and Biju sounds familiar, Raven said as she disappeared. Right, me and Robin will be running those Japanese names through the translator, said Cyborg. Starfire and BB felt so useless at the moment. Back with the other in Naruto's world. They had watched him all night and it was now morning. They saw him glow once more and he had new clothes on and he had also woken up. He looked at them all and said, I know what and who I am. Okay, tell us, said Kakashi. He really wanted to know. I am a Tamaranian. What the hell is that? Asked Sasuke. A very rare clan in the elemental countries, mostly because they're from another world, said Naruto. Well, that would explain a lot of things. Okay, we are to finishing this bridge today and tomorrow we are heading home. Maybe the Hokage would know about some of this. To this they just nodded and went to work. The Titans, however, found out that the Shikifuin was the Death Reaper seal, and Jinchuriki was power of human sacrifice. They were still confused until Raven rushed in and told them about the Kyubi. They pieced it together and figured out someone had to use this Shikifuin to seal the Kyubi into Naruto, making him a demon container. What they wanted to know was why and how. Beast Boy was just confused and Raven now knew that they were connected, a demon in a demon container. The next day, on their way back to Konoha, Naruto's body was on autopilot because he was currently in his mind and it was a freaking sewer. Man, I know this is my mind but come on, hey, since I got my bloodline, I think I become smarter. No shit Dick Tracy. Now hurry up and get to the cage, yelled a voice. Naruto knew who it was. He would have to meet him one of these days. So he walked the numerous hallways to the cage that held the beast. So you're the Kyubi. That I am Kit. Now I am even surprised that you're an alien. Who would have thought that? The Kyubi broadly said. Yeah, I guess it would explain a lot. So what do you want? Oh right, it would seem that there was a seal on your bloodline, keeping it at bay. When it broke, your bloodline came out in full force but it is bad for me. It is speeding up the process of the seal and absorbing me faster. Wow, didn't even know it did that. How the hell do you think you have so much chakra? Anyway, when you awakened, it took 2 of my tails giving you a hell of a lot more chakra. Since then it has taken another. By the time you get to Konoha, I will be gone, but know this, you will take my place. Oh, as what? My heir. You will be the next king of demons. Now, I will not have a weak heir. You will train when you get back. Now, I have a question for you. What ninja art do you like the most? Sealing. Silence. What the hell is with you humans, aliens with seals? My one weakness, fine. I will give you my knowledge of seals. It is just a bit less than the 4th Hokage's. he sent the info to Naruto's brain, who got a real bad headache, but it went away as quickly as it came. Thanks. So, do you know what me elemental affinities are? Fire and wind. Odd combination, but it makes sense because wind is your natural element and fire is because of your bloodline. Now, get out. When I die, there will be a scroll that will appear before you. It holds my knowledge, jutsu, and things you will have to know about demons. And with that, Naruto was pushed out of his mind and found himself being stared at by Kakashi. Did it talk to you? It was more a statement than a question? Naruto nodded and said, yes, and my bloodline is killing it. That statement made his eye widen and the others to just be confused as hell. Naruto shrugged it off and continued to walk. That night they rested and Naruto took the first watch, which was the longest. During that time, he took his new knowledge of seals and created a bunch of seals on his coat and clothes. The ones on his clothes were to repair them if they got scrapped up from battle. The seals in his coat were for the same thing, along with gravity seals to which he put it up to 100 times gravity, and storage seals. He put a storage seal collar of his coat to put his sword in, but he would keep the HLT out for easy release, but his hair would hide it from view. He also put a few seals on the sword as well. It did not change it much except that the seals formed a picture on each side of the sword. One was a dragon and the other was a fox, and if one would look closely, they would see a phoenix on the hilt. These seals were to protect the sword from the weather, battle, and other things. They also were a form of security, so only he could use the sword. If some were to try and use it, they would get spiked in the hands, then shocked by 1000 volts of electricity, and then burnt with superheated blue fire. I see you used your time wisely, said Kakashi as he walked up to him. So what do you mean that your bloodline is killing the Kyuubi? Sai, it is making the seal that holds the Kyuubi to work in overdrive to absorb it faster. It takes the Kyuubi's chakra and turns it into my chakra. Wow, so how much of the Kyuubi's chakra do you have? 3 tails or more right now. And the Kyuubi said that it would not live to ever see Konoha ever again. That is great, said Kakashi. Yep, now I am going to sleep, said Naruto as he walked off to his tent. Hey, the Hokage will have a heart attack when he hears this. Now let's see the next chapter of Icha. The next day at the gates, Sasuke was the first one to say anything to Naruto. Hey, what the hell? Your whisker marks just sizzled off of you. What happened? The guards who saw this wanted to know as well since they were good to the blonde. Naruto then said in a cryptic tone to his teammates but not to the old people, my burden has been lifted. Yes, well, we should get going to the Hokage then, said Kakashi as they left 2 gob-smacked guard in their wake. When they got there, the Hokage wanted to know where Naruto was. Old man, I am Naruto. The Hokage blinked and said, what happened? I awakened my bloodline, Naruto said as he flashed a smile. The Hokage gawked for a few seconds before saying to himself, this is happening too soon. Do you mean Lord Hokage? Asked the one-eyed man. I thought that bloodline was dead, with his aunt and uncle. It is your choice, Naruto. Do you want your teammates here for this? Because I am sure you already know. Yeah, they're going to find out anyway. Find out what? Asked Sakura, but she was ignored like usual. Naruto, you are not from this world, and neither were your aunt and uncle. Your aunt was Kushina Uzumaki, not sure what her real name was. The red hot-blooded habanero, Kakashi practically yelled. Yes, the reason for that was because she had red energy when she got to this world. Starfire said she was a great warrior before she got sucked into a black hole with her husband, said Naruto, surprising even the old man at how much he knew. Yes, and your uncle and her lover was Minato Namikaze, the old man said, getting shocked looks from everyone except Naruto. Yeah, from what it would seem, when they were sucked into that black hole they were separated, turned into kids, and the color of their fires changed. Kushina was picked up by the Uzumaki clan and her fire had turned blood red. Minato was probably picked up here in Konoha and his was yellow. Am I right? Asked Naruto. The Hokage could only nod. Naomi, I was taken from my home at 3, but it must have gone wrong. I was also sucked into the same black hole, but the only thing that happened to me was that I revert back to a baby and I lost my memories, which I am getting back. That is when the 4th Hokage found me and sealed the Kyuubi in me, but also for some reason seal away my bloodline. Now it is back and it killed the Kyuubi. The Hokage could only nod once more. Who is Starfire? She is my twin sister from the world I was born in. I will find a way to get back, just so you know. I knew that would happen, so anything else I should know. Oh yeah, from the memories I get when I sleep, I also have another sister called Blackfire. My true name is Foxfire, and oh yeah, I am a prince. There was nothing but silence for a few seconds after that before everyone in the village heard. What? Ow. And here I thought I was loud, chuckled Naruto. What sec? You are an alien prince, you're related to the 4th Hokage, and the 2nd Azukage, what the hell? Screeched Sakura. Hey, cool. Said Sasuke, not even fazed by the banshees screaming. You are really not useless anymore. Yeah well, thanks, I guess, said Naruto with an annoyed look. Now, I was supposed to give you this stuff either with you reached chunin or gained your bloodline, which you have, said the old man as he tossed a few scrolls at Naruto. 2 of them are letters from them and the last one is the deed to your new house, located in the forest above the Hokage's faces. When he was done talking noticed that Naruto had already read the 2 letters. Hey, I guess I was right about what happened, but it would seem they regained their memories once they met me, said the redhead. Oh, so what else did they give you? Asked Sasuke. The forbidden scroll is mine. Some scroll that holds 2 of the great jutsu the 4th ever created, and a scroll from my aunt about sword skills. The alien prince replied. Kakashi, Sasuke, Sakura all gawked at that. After that, the Hokage dismissed them. Kakashi left them to read one of his books and Sasuke went to do his own thing. That left Sakura and Naruto. Unfortunately, Konohamaru and his friend S decided to show up in square rock form. Oh come on man, rocks are not square, Naruto deadpanned. I knew it was you boss. Clever as always, it said as it exploded in a poof of smoke to reveal him and his friends. We're the Konohamaru Corps, they said as they made a weird pose. Okay, so what do you want? Play ninja with us boss, Konohamaru said not really caring about Naruto's new looks. Ha, a ninja playing ninja, how stupid, Sakaru put her 2 cents in. The Hokage's grandkid looked between the 2 and smirked. Nice going boss, but is that really your girlfriend? The 2 face vaulted before Sakura screeched. No, and Naruto said, nope, besides, she is not my type. Making Sakura gawk at him. Oh yeah? Then what was that crap in the academy, huh? Oh I was just trying to annoy you, worked out pretty well too. Smirked Naruto making Sakura have an angry blush. Oh good one boss. Laughed Konohamaru, besides, her forehead is just way too big. Naruto paled at Sakura's key and told them to all run, to which they all agreed. Konohamaru, you nuts for saying that. They ran for a bit until Konohamaru ran into a guy who was dressed like a cat and had makeup on. Ow, you're gonna pay for that you brat. Kankuro, just put him down, said the blonde girl with 4 pigtails that came up behind him. But he hurt me Tamari, now I am going to hurt him. Whatever, but I want no part of it, she said. You won't be hurting anyone, said Naruto as he came up to them. Oh, wow, local hottie, he doesn't look so tough, and what are you going to do? Mr. Cat replied. This, Naruto said as he disappeared and reappeared with the kid back with his friends and Sakura, and Naruto had his blade at his neck while he was behind him, shocking everyone. Besides, I don't think your raccoon friend up in the tree would like you hurting the Hokage's grandson. Again, everyone was shocked and Gaara-san shushined to where the blonde was and said, please release my brother, Kankuro. You are a disgrace the Sand Village, next time I will kill you. Gaara said. Who are you? He said to Naruto. Name's Naruto Uzumaki, or Foxfire. He said as he showed off some fire to which Gaara had an insane smirk. Ah, the savior of Wave Country, I will enjoy killing you. Hey, said the insane raccoon. Naruto replied making the 3 sand nin widen their eyes. Yeah I know you are a Jinchuriki, for I was one myself. And with that he and the rest of the Konoha nin walked off, leaving confused sand nin in their wake. That night in Naruto's new home, it had taken the rest of the day to get his stuff packed and moved to his new home and he thought it was great. He had a living room, a kitchen, a dojo and a game room on one floor and a common room and bedrooms on the second floor. He had a 3RD floor for the master bedroom, which he took. He also had an outdoor dojo and hot springs to cool off. Yeah, this was great. I should go check on the Titans, he started meditating in his room. He found that he was staring at his sister and was about to say something when everything was explained. It seemed the Puppet King had come and took the three boys' bodies as puppets in. Starfire and Raven had switched bodies. Starfire, you have to calm down. My powers are driven by emotion. The more you feel, the more energy you unleash, said Raven in Starfire's body. But what if they find us? What if our friends are doomed? What if I am stuck looking like this forever? Starfire said as she was in Raven's body as she smacked herself. We'll fix it, I don't know how, but we will rescue the boys and we will get our bodies back, said Raven. What's wrong with the way I look? Nothing. Starfire squeaked out as a traffic light exploded. I will try to calm down. Peace, quiet, tranquility. The last one blew up a car. We are so doomed, said Raven, and then they heard Beast Boy in bird form. Beast Boy, yelled Starfire. You mean zombie Beast Boy? Run, said Raven. I think I came at a bad time. Anything I can do to help? Asked Naruto, but surprisingly they both heard him. Naruto. They both said. Yeah, since I am in both of your minds, just say T-clone. I think I can help with my new clone jutsu. They nodded and both yelled out, T-clone, and Naruto appeared before them. They were currently in an alley. I do not wish to fight them again. We might have to, so we need to be ready, said Naruto. Raven then asked Starfire how to use her power, but they were powered by emotion and Raven was screwed. Then they were attacked by BB and Robin, but the two missed and attacked each other. Then they had a run-in with Cyborg and Raven told Starfire how to use her powers. That could have been better because they went zooming into the air and out of control. Naruto sighed and flew after them. They landed in some garbage and Starfire said something weird, to which Naruto will ask about later. They hid for a bit, waiting for the others to go, but they heard the Puppet King talking about a ceremony to destroy the Titans once and for all and left. They decided to get to know each other more so the two of them could use their powers. Naruto just listened and was forming a plan. I hope you all like my rewrite, and I am also changing the pairing. There are too many Naruto, Raven stories, so this will probably be a Naruto, Terra pairing. So, review once more. Chapter 2 Foxfire Chapter 2. I would also like to thank Crimson Crypt, Freddy Bob Jr., Shadow Rider, and Elridar Skylance and others with the help jutsu making. Oh, I got a poll in my profile for the pairing. So go there to do it. If it will be Naruto, Terra, Naruto and Raven will act like brother and sister, like I originally planned. Naruto and the two girls appeared in front of the building that held the captive Titans. They appeared a few feet away and noticed that Beast Boy was patrolling in dog form. Well, we won't be getting in that way, said Raven. Let's try the roof, stated Naruto as they nodded and flew up to the top. Once they were there, Raven told Starfire how to open the lock and she did well until she got excited and blew open the door. Nice work, deadpanned Raven. Naruto just smacked his head. Once they were inside, they had to watch the creepy puppet make some ceremony thing to destroy the Titans. When he was about to drop the Titans into the blue like fire, Starfire used Raven's power to reclaim them. My friends, you are unharmed, said Starfire as she hugged them. Starfire? Asked Robin. It is a long story, said Raven. Yeah, one that they will tell you later, said Naruto. Naruto, yelled the three boys. Go my puppets, capture them. We'll deal with the new one later. The Puppet King said as they rushed Naruto and the girls and they got hit with a sonic wave. While Starfire and Raven were fighting Robin and Beast Boy, Naruto was dealing with Cyborg. Come on man, he said as he dodged a few sonic waves. Naruto then punched him away only for him to bounce back and slam Naruto into a wall. Geez, puppets are a pain in the ass. He then jumped away from the metal man's kick and looked toward the other two. They were doing good so far. Raven was having trouble using her emotions, but when Starfire pointed out that the Puppet King was about to rid the Titans from the world, Raven got pissed and used a starbolt to blast him away from that blue fire. Unfortunately, for the Puppet King, his controller was blown into the fire and destroyed. That made the Titans all go back to their rightful bodies. I am me. And you are you, said Starfire to Raven. And we are us, said a happy cyborg. Thanks to you three, said Robin. You go girls, and a Foxfire, said Beast Boy. Raven, Foxfire, we have done it, Starfire said as she hugged Raven tightly. You are hugging me, Raven said while Naruto chuckled. No. The magic, without it, I just the Puppet King said as he tried to get up and finish his sentence but went dead. An ordinary puppet, Naruto quipped, but he decided to freak out the Titans by using chakra strings to make it move. Dude, he is still alive. Sorry BB, that is not it, it is chakra strings. Chuckled Naruto, making the others sigh. I'll take this guy with me, might be useful. Oh, I'll say ya guys later, said Naruto as he disappeared and the Titans went and did their things. He was sure the two girls learned something about each other. Naruto woke up from his meditation trance with the Puppet King in his lap. Good thing I read a book about chakra strings, I just wonder what I could use for this guy. He shrugged and then sealed it away. He would deal with that later. He had a team meeting today. So with that he flamed Shushin to the bridge, scaring the crap out of his teammates. A few seconds later, Kakashi appeared. Before you say I am late, I got here before Kakashi so I am on time, said Naruto to Sakura who grumbled. Kakashi just sweat dropped and said, yeah, well, I got you all signed up for the chunin exams. Meet tomorrow at room 312 at the academy at 9 o'clock. He said as he passed them some papers and then disappeared to do whatever. They just shrugged and did their own thing. Naruto trained in some new jutsu and see what he could do with the Puppet King. Sakura stalked Sasuke and Sasuke, nobody really wants to know. Shivers. The next day, they arrived at the entrance and went in. They were only at the second floor and noticed that a bunch of people were trying to get in a genjutsu room. Well, this will make it easier for us, if they can't tell that they only went up one set of stairs, said Naruto as they just nodded and went up, but it seemed that Rock Lee was watching them leave and went after them. They were a few rooms away from the room they were supposed to be when Lee challenged Sasuke to a duel. Naruto went his own way while leaned against the wall knowing the outcome of the battle. He had heard about how Lee was a taijutsu specialist. When they came back up, Sasuke looked beat up though both Sasuke and Sakura looked freaked out and he did not want to know. So they made it to the room where they found Kakashi wait for them. He gave them some lecture and let them in. They were met with cold stares from more than half the room. Man, can't you all lighten up? Said a bored Naruto as the key went up more. Sasuke, screamed Ino as she came up to them and hugged the emo from the back and Sakura started fighting with her. Man, what a drag, said Shikamaru as he came up with the other rookie 9. What, did Naruto die already? Asked Kiba and at this Hinata looked about ready to cry. No dog breath, I just unlocked my bloodline, said Naruto and they all looked at him in shock. Whoa Naruto, you look hot, said Ino with a blush and Hinata glared at her, but couldn't help but drool a bit at Naruto's new look. Okay, so what is it called? I never heard of a bloodline that turns the skin orange, asked Choji between bites. I am a Tamaranian, an old bloodline that went to another world, Naruto replied. Interesting, Shino said as he and his bugs observed him. Would you quiet down? Said a voice. They all turned around to find a young kid in purple glasses and silver hair. This is no cakewalk, just so you know. The room is already tense and now you just made a lot of enemies, he said pointing the people in the room. They looked and everyone except Naruto and Sasuke paled. So, they were our enemies to begin with, said Naruto. Yes, but like I said, this is no cakewalk, I have taken this 7 times, it is that hard, said the boy. Oh, where are my manners? I am Kabuto. I have made nin cards. If you want info on someone just ask. Sasuke smirked and said, Rock Lee of Konoha, Gaara of the Sands, and Naruto Uzumaki of Konoha. Oh, you know their names, good. Four Eyes said as he took 3 cards out of his deck. Let's see, Rock Lee is a master of taijutsu but his other skills are non-existent. His teammates are Neji Hyuga and Tenten. They have done 50 D ranks and 40 C ranks. Next we have Gaara of the Sand. He uses sand but no much else. His teammates are Tamari and Konkuro. He has done 50 D ranks, 30 C ranks, and wow. .1B rank, and throughout all of these missions, he came back unharmed. This made a lot of people uneasy at this. Okay. Now we have Naruto Uzumaki. Wait. It seems they call him Foxfire. Wait, the Foxfire. He looked up and Naruto nodded and the room's key increased. Everyone outside of Konoha knew of him and most feared him. How come we never heard of this? Asked Kiba. Most likely the council still hates me. Why? Asked Shino. Long story, I'll tell you later. Yes, well, Naruto has done 30D ranks, 1C rank that turned into an A rank where he got his name. Said Kabuto as he went on to tell the others about the other villages, and he pissed off the Sound Ninja. They rushed in to attack him, but Naruto blocked their path with his sword, shocking and angering a lot of people. The Mist Nin were the most pissed. Foxfire. We will kill you and get the sword back for our village, said a random Mist Nin, but was interrupted by a poof of smoke with a voice behind it. Not on my watch. Now pick a seat and shut up. The first exam starts now, said a man. I am Ibiki and I am your worst nightmare. As soon as the test were passed out and the rules laid down, Naruto took one look at the test and thought, oh shit, he thought about looking at Hinata's Taze, who sat next to him, but decided not to. He had a better idea. So he contacted Starfire. Hey Star. Back in the Titan's world, Starfire looked up and thought, yes brother? I am taking the chunin exams. The first part of it is a written test. But that is not important. I made a jutsu where I can show you the exams. Do you and the others want to watch? How will we see it, brother? On your TV. Okay, I will ask. Friends, I have news. What is it, Star? Asked Robin. Naruto is taking his chunin exam and wants to know if we would like to watch. He has made a jutsu to show us on the TV. Dude, that is awesome. I am in, said BB. Raven was interested and closed her book and nodded. Sure, nothing good is on anyway, Sai said. Yeah, it is okay with me, Robin said. Starfire nodded and thought, it is okay brother, you may do it. Alright. Back in Naruto's world, he did 2 silent jutsus, one for him and one for the TV connection. Inner eye style. All view eye jutsu. His vision was sorta like the Byakugan but in color, and he could see the test answers. Alright now. Dimension style. Dimension eye. And with that the Titan's TV went crazy for a minute until they saw everything. It seemed that Naruto made an invisible eye above the test taker that moved whenever needed. Dude, this is awesome. But even I hate written tests, said BB. That is because you lack the knowledge to do them. Raven quipped, and BB had steam coming out of his ears while the others laughed. They then found out they could heard Naruto's thoughts. Okay. The purpose of this test is to measure our information gathering skills. The clan children will use their bloodline power to do this while I am using a jutsu. An hour passed after that. The Titans saw how some of the ninja got their answers. Team Guy had used mirrors and Neji's Byakugan. Gaara used his sand eye. Kankuro used his puppet to help him, and Tamari. The Hinata used their Byakugan. The Uchiha USDE his Sharingan. Ino went into Sakura's mind. That one made Raven's eyes go wide. Shino used his bugs, and Kiba used his dog. A lot of people were caught and thrown out, which made Sai and BB laugh. Robin actually learned how to be stealthier. All right, you maggots. Time for the final question. Now you can choose not to take it and come back later. Ibiki said, and a random ninja asked why. Because, if you fail this question, you will be a genin for the rest of your life. There were cries of outrage and Ibiki shut them up. Tough shit. You unlucky lot got me for a proctor this time. At that a lot of people started leaving. That was until Naruto yelled about not giving up and working his way up the ninja ranks through whatever means possible. This gave a lot of people their courage back and they stayed, much to the surprise of Ibiki. Are you sure that is all? No one moved. Very well then, you all. Everyone was hanging it to what he said next, and the Titans were on the edge of their seats. Pass. At this they face vaulted and the ninja all cried out. What? Ibiki then explained the nature of the test and most people got it. Now it is time for your next exam, Ibiki said, but was cut off as something crashed though the window and a banner came up that said, the hot and sexy Anko. Second proctor. With Anko in the middle. Damn it Anko, you're early again. A lot of people had sweat drops on their heads and the Titans had gobsmacked looks on their faces. though the Titan boys had blushes on their faces thanks to Anko's outfit. "So," said Anko as she looked out into the crowd. "Damn Ibiki, you're losing your touch." "Not my fault, we got some good ninja this time." "Ah, what do you know? I will cut that number in half when my test is over. Now maggots, get to training ground 44 OR. Else," she yelled. They all quickly left, but seemed that the Titans were needed in. Starfire said, "Borthor, we must go now, we will watch when we get back." "Alright, later then," thought Naruto as the connections were cut and he went to the Forest of Death. When he got there, Anko started explaining the rules and what to expect in their Forest of Death. "Oh, and don't die," she said a little too happily for everyone because they shivered. Naruto decided to mock her and got a kunai to the cheek. "You're not taking me serious, my hot friend," she said as she licked his cheek. And he shivered. Between most of the guys, some thought he was lucky and others just shivered again. "Sorry, but I don't think I am your type," Naruto said as he appeared in a nearby branch and the Naruto she was holding went up in blue flames, shocking a lot of people. "Oh, we'll see," she said a little too happily again and winked. After that they all went to get their scrolls. Naruto made a fake heaven scroll and gave it to Sasuke while he kept the real one. When the sounder went off they rushed into the forest and into a random direction. "We should have password just in case we get separated," stated Sasuke. What should be Sasuke-kun?" asked the pink-haired one. "I think it should be something we all know." "Pink fire, blue fire, Norm, what do you get?" asked Naruto. Got me," asked Sasuke. "An orange explosion, remember that," he said, to which the others just nodded. "Okay, well I am going to the bathroom," he then walked off. A few minutes later, Naruto appeared and Sasuke asked the question to which the guy just said yellow fire. They knocked out the ninja that turned out to be a mist nin but fell on their knees soon after because of the mysterious grass nin. With Naruto, he was currently in the belly of a snake. "Oh come on, can't a guy go to the bathroom in peace?" he said as he struggled in the stomach of the big snake. "That's it, Eye of the Storm," he yelled out, and the wind on the inside and outside of the snake started picking up and turned into blades. He was the Eye of the Storm, and while the rest of the snake was being sliced up by the hurricane force winds. Let's just say there were a lot of snake guts everywhere. Some of it got on a nearby team and they panicked and screamed while running away. He cleaned himself off with a small wind jutsu and started running toward the others. When he got there, Sasuke was about to be bitten by none other than the snake freak himself. Naruto got in the way and yelled out, "Star Flare!" He body glowed with his energy, and since Orochimaru was in front of him, he got the full blast of the light. "Ah, my eyes, I am going to kill you," yelled Orochimaru. While he was dealing with his eyes, Naruto had taken out his new sword. When Orochimaru got his vision back, he saw Naruto with his sword drawn and said, the famous Foxfire. Your jutsu have made you famous. No one ever thought to use blue fire. Sadly, I am going to kill you now," he said as he brought out his own sword from his mouth. So with that they rushed at each other, and Orochimaru was surprised that the famous grass cutter sword was not cutting through Naruto's sword. "Why is it not cutting through?" "Hey, ever heard of seals?" asked Naruto with a smirk. "Seals don't interest me," the snake said. "Oh really, then how about I release an experimental seal I have been working on," said Naruto as he put his hand on the blade as all the seals glowed. Soul Blade 1. The blade looked like a bigger version of Zabumaru from Bleach, but it also still looked like the same blade until he started using it like a whip. Orochimaru had to dodge furiously to avoid being hit by the twisting blade, but he did get hit twice and it created gashes, one on his shoulder and one across his chest. After a few more sword strikes, Naruto used his fist and tried to punch the snake but missed and hit a tree, making it fly off somewhere. "Oh shit, he has Tsunade's strength. I better bite the Uchiha fast and get the hell out of here. I still need to be hidden." Somewhere else, a team of random ninja were running from a huge bug-like creature when a tree flew by them and crushed the bug. What just happened? With Shino and the others, Shino shivered and Hinata asked what was wrong. "I feel a disturbance in the force." Back with Naruto. The mad snake grinned just a bit. This would also mean that he would be able to use his more dangerous jutsu. Quickly making some hand signs, he preformed a wind jutsu just as Naruto was a few meters away from him. Wind style. Great breakthrough, the blonde, was instantly blown back into some trees. Oh hell no! Naruto growled as he shot off multiple blasts of his foxfire to direct Orochimaru while he gathered some more power. I hope this works, Naruto growled. He had seen these things in the Bleach manga when he was a kid. Bankai. The snake man quirked an eyebrow as he saw the blonde's sword shift into that of a tribal-looking wooden snake. Orochimaru was once again trying to dodge a snake of all things. Once he got rammed in the back and hit a tree. The snake man growled as he popped his back and went through series of hand signs and then crouched on the floor as dozens of snake poured out his mouth. Ninja art. Myriad snake net formation. The snakes rushed at Naruto's form. Naruto brought his snake-like sword and slammed it down on the path the Orochimaru's snakes. Unfortunately, the snakes burst through the sword, making the blonde lose his concentration and the blade shit back to its original form. Naruto panicked at that and did the only jutsu he could think of at the moment. Star Dome. He brought his hands to both sides of his body and the blue fire shot out, forming a dome of super hot fire surrounded him. The snakes all rushed forward and they all burnt up in the fire. When the dome dissipated, Naruto looked around for the snake and could not find him until he turned around and he noticed that his bottom half had turned into snake. Sasuke weakly looked up. Naruto had been getting better all this time, and what had he been doing? Brooding, that's what. Then he saw the snake maw, but was too late to yell out a reply. He didn't get to think on that much because the snake man wrapped himself around the blonde, constricting and squeezing the life out of Naruto. Coo. Well fought Foxfire, but now it is time for you die. It's Naruto. You gay fuck. Naruto wheezed before he channeled his fire and chakra all over his body. Orochimaru's eyebrows shot past his hairline. This is the Kyuubi brat? I would have thought that Konoha hold him back as much as possible and give all their attention to Sasuke-kun. Wait, what is he doing now? Ah! Star burst. Naruto managed to yell out and him and the snake were covered in an all-way blast of blue fire. Orochimaru was thrown back against a tree again, but this time he was covered in second and third degree burns. For a moment he just laid there until a hand shot out of his mouth and Orochimaru came out of his own body. All three genin had, what the fuck, looks on their faces. I am tired of this. My thoughts exactly. Naruto yelled as he flew upward and started gathering all the chakra and foxfire in his hand as he could. He even felt himself drawing on the power of the stars themselves from above. Orochimaru, seeing that all this could possibly kill him, he took precautions. Summoning jutsu. Triple Rashomon. Thanks to the summoning, the ground shooking violently and a lot of the genin hopefuls wondered what the hell was going on. So to relinquish their curiosity they took to the trees and saw the three large structure just rising from the forest floor. If they had been shocked by this, then they will be shell-shocked by the next show of power. Naruto glared at Orochimaru through his three barriers. Time to end this. Fire style. Nova shot. Naruto threw the energy ball, that was more white than blue, he had formed, and once it hit the barriers. Well, the first one was blown away as soon as it was hit. He saw it having trouble with the second barrier, but not by much. So he sent a constant beam of foxfire toward it, instantly giving it the force needed to break through the second barrier and also making the energy veer off in a V pattern, making the energy blast through forest with ease. Suddenly, Orochimaru saw the large crack in his final barrier and thought quickly. He created a shadow clone a few feet behind where the blonde would land and switched himself right as it broke through and caused large explosion. All the genin had their jaws on the forest floor and instantly knew that they did not want to fight whoever that was. However, Team 8 had been a little too close to one of the paths of the flames. Their eyes were all very wide and fearful. They stole a look between each other and nodded. They quickly hightailed to the tower before any more shit happens. They had enough near-death experience for one day, thank you. Sasuke and Sakura, who had pale faces, and thankfully were behind the blonde when he did that. They saw the snake appear where Naruto would Naruto land, yelled out Tom, but it fell on deaf ears. Naruto tiredly landed on a nearby branch. That had really drained his chakra, even if had a crap load of it. He really needed more chakra control. Orochimaru then made a few hands, said, "Snake paralyzer." He slammed his hands in the ground and a purple snake came out, coiled around the tree, and struck Naruto, making him go unconscious, with his sword automatically going back in the seal, and with Sakura's quick thinking from far away, she threw a kunai and caught Naruto. Orochimaru then did his curse seal jutsu and bit Sasuke, telling him to come to him for power. Naruto was unconscious for now, but his mind went to the Titan's world. Review please. Chapter 3 Foxfire. Chapter 3 Well, the polls say you all want Raven. So here's what I am going to do. It will be Raven, Terra and one other girl. I will make another poll later. They will be Argent, Bumblebee, and Ravager, Slade's daughter, and we'll make a chapter about her. The Titans were just getting back from their mission when Raven felt an odd energy in the sky and looked up. They all followed her gaze and saw that the clouds looked to be swirling apart to let a figure drop from the sky. Raven widened her eyes and yelled out, "Naruto!" as she pointed up. The other Titans were shocked to find Naruto falling from the sky. "What the heck is going on?" asked Cyborg. Starfire didn't bother to answer. Instead, she flew up to catch the boy before he plunged into the water. She then brought him into the tower, and then others followed. She then laid him on the couch, and as soon as the others came in, he woke up. "Ah, what hit me?" the blonde said. He then looked around at the others and said, "Okay, this is weird. I know I did not use the T-clone." "We are not sure either, brother. You just fell from the sky," Starfire said. "Well, the last thing I remember is being struck with one of Orochimaru's jutsu. Hey, I must be unconscious, and since I have a connection to Starfire, my mind must have went here," Naruto rambled. "That is possible," said Raven. "Well, at least I get some time to hang out with you guys. So what happened since I last heard from you all?" he asked. The Titans looked at each other, and Robin started off with the Red X episode. They each told what happened up until Blorthog. "So wait, I missed a Tamaranian holiday?" groaned Naruto. "I am sorry, brother, but next year's will be great with you there as well," said Starfire. "I guess, but I will not miss next year's. That is cool, but isn't the chunin exams going on?" asked Robin. "Yeah, but the second test is for 5 days, and until I wake up, I am not going anywhere," said Naruto. "Hey, looks like you stuck with us for a bit then. You wouldn't mind staying with us, do you?" joked BB, to which Raven's sweat dropped on. "I guess not." Naruto shrugged. "Cool, and since you already helped us before, catch," said Robin as he threw a communicator at Naruto, who caught it. "Hey, thanks man. It is no problem. Starfire asked me to give you that the next time you came. And she already set up a room, she'll show you the way," said Robin as they left. "Are you going to ask him about the Kyuubi and those seals?" Raven said. "Yeah, in a bit," said Robin. As soon as they got back, Robin asked about the Kyuubi. "Well, the day I was born, the Kyuubi no Kitsune came and attacked my village. My uncle, the 4th Hokage, gave up his life to seal the Kyuubi in me, but he also sealed my alien powers to keep me safe, I guess. Anyway, when I was on the mission to Wave, I thought that my teammate had died, and that pissed me off. It unlocked my alien power, and that is how Starfire found out about me. Now on the way back to my home village of Konoha, the Kyuubi contacted me and said that my alien pose were making the seal that held the Kyuubi work faster in absorbing it. I now have all of its chakra. Since I had the 9-tailed fox in me, I was called a demon container. Now since he was the strongest of the tailed beasts, there are more, likely 8 other people like I was. I only know of one, and his name is Gaara. He has the 1-tailed raccoon." Naruto finished. "Whoa, I wonder if I could turn into these beasts," BB pondered. "Probably, the raccoon was a sand raccoon where its body was made of sand, could be useful for you." "I'll say," said BB. I have read about these tailed beasts. They were pretty strong as they were from different worlds and were banished into your world where they could be controlled. These beasts were massive. The beast were a 1-tailed raccoon, 2-tailed ghost cat, 3-tailed turtle, 4-tailed monkey, the 5-tailed dolphin horse, 6-tailed slug, 7-tailed horned beetle, 8-tailed ox, and the 9-tailed fox. It is said that if they ever combine, they will create the creature from hell, Anima," said Raven. "Wow, didn't know that," said BB and Naruto at the same time. "Hey BB, try turning into the sand raccoon later, might help you," said Naruto. "This information does make it easier to locate your world and then try and rip open a portal to it," said Raven. "Good to know," said Naruto, He then turned his head out the window. What is it, brother? I sense 2 chakra signatures out there. One is chasing the other. Let's go see what it is about, Titans, ordered Robin as they left to go see. When they got there, they saw a girl getting chased by a huge scorpion. Hey, that is something you don't see every day, Naruto joked, which BB and Sai laughed. They saw the girl get cornered and Robin yelled out, Titans go! But it seemed that the girl had led the creature into a trap and used the earth to take it out by slamming a huge piece of earth, which looked like a bridge, on it. She was not in trouble, said Starfire. She was leading it into a trap, Sai said. Question is, Robin started. Who is she? BB finished for Robin. Yeah, I wonder how she got her earth powers, Naruto said, putting his 2 cents in. Unfortunately for them, Slade was watching. She then used her powers to rise up to them, and when she saw them she asked, what? Haven't you guys seen a superhero before? Robin decided to talk and said, I Robin and we are the Teen Titans, she said as she pounded his fist. Rock on, it is cool to meet you guys. I am Terra, and your cyborg, Raven, Starfire and she said as he pointed to each of them until BB tried saying his name and failing miserably, Beast Boy. At this he just turned into a floating turtle. Dude, that is hilarious. Hilarious? Me? Really? He asked and she just winked, which made him fall. Cyborg pretend to catch him but he just let him fall. Oh, and you're the new guy the first have been hearing about, Foxfire, right? Yep. But you can call me Naruto if y'all want, he said as he shook her hand, thinking that she was cute. Curiosity of bounds, please, where do you come from? How did you get here? What is your favorite color? Do you wish to be my friend? Starfire asked in one breath. Naruto just shook his head and asked Raven. I know I don't know her that well, but is she always like this? To which Raven just nodded. Earth, walked, red, and shore, Terra said as she leaned back a bit. Starfire then hugged her tightly saying, hello new friend. How's it going? Terra managed to get out. Then as she was straightening out her arms BB asked, so bring a cool little chickie to our big groovy city, huh? And Naruto just smacked his head. I go where the wind takes me, ya know. I get to see new places, meet new people, stomp a few bad guys here and there. Cool, ha ha ha, said BB. Fascinating, well alright. Sounds like fun, said Naruto. Raven and Robin just looked at each other. You mean you don't have a home? Asked Robin. The earth is my home. I have been crashing in a cave on the other side of the hill. Unacceptable, yelled Star. I cannot permit my new friend to live in a lonely cave of darkness. I have a flashlight. You will stay with us, Starfire said as she started dragging the poor girl to the T-Tower. She started to argue but BB and Sai cut in telling her it was okay. Raven noticed Robin was feeling the ground for something and said, everything okay? Not sure. Yeah, her chakra is a little off, said Naruto. As they left the spot it broke away and fell to the ground. Her control sucks, he thought as he heard it, though mine is not any better. Once they were at the tower, BB wanted to know if he could help at all, but all she asked for was food, and food she ate, a lot of it. Naruto smirked, he could eat more though. When Starfire offered her some homemade glork she ate it and said it tastes like sushi mixed with ice cream. I should try it then, said Naruto thoughtfully while the other Titans just looked at the like they were crazy. So for the rest of the day, Terra cleaned up and when it was time to sleep, she crashed on the couch. The Titans talked it over and they would see how she would do tomorrow during practice. She went outside during the night and BB went to see what was up. They talked for a bit and Naruto heard what she saw yet about her sucky control over her powers. He was on the roof and thought. Duh. The next day they saw Sai go through the obstacle course and when he was done he yelled out about setting a new course record. Hey, my turn, said Naruto as he got ready. As soon as it started, laser beams shot at him and he used his ninja reflexes to jump out of the way. He also had to jump away from the giant hands that came out of the ground, but he did punch one and sent it flying into the air. He did all the while the peanut gallery cheering for him. He then sped through the falling walls but had to jump above on to get though. Then the ground gave out to show a large hole, which he fell into but he used his fire to launch himself out of the hole. It sounded like a rocket going off and when he landed, a few more drones came out of the ground and started shooting at him. He then brought out his sword and yelled out, "Soul Seal 2!" And his blade disappeared, and out of nowhere, the drone's flying discs were cut to pieces by a swarm of pink things. So with that he was finished, in 2 minutes flat. The Titans just looked at him Dude, what was that? Yes, and why did you not use our flight ability? Asked Starfire. Oh, yeah, I am really good with seals, and it seems that I can make them do whatever I want. What you saw was that my blade split into thousands of small blades to protect me. When the light catches them, they turn pink. I think the correct name for this would be Senbon Sakura. As for not flying like normal, well, I wanted to try something new, don't want to have to rely on it so much. At this, Starfire just made O with her mouth. Whoa, that is something. Who knew? Asked Cyborg. You even beat my time. Yeah, cool huh? Naruto smirked. Okay Earth Girl, your turn. With that Terra got ready and he could hear BB saying that she would be okay, and she was. It was the obstacle course that was in trouble, it was pretty much demolished. Yeah Raven, we will really need a new obstacle course. Then everyone's communicator were going off. But instead of the usual communicator alarm, the flames on Naruto's trench coat were flashing. He had made a seal to do that as well. Okay. Why is everyone blinking and flashing? Asked Terra, so the next thing they did was go back inside to see what was up. They found out it was Slade and went to the mines. When they go there they saw many Slade bots. Okay. I am not picking up any chakra signatures. They're not alive Foxfire, they are robots that Slade has made, said Robin. Okay then. Naruto said as Terra was very confused as she had no clue what chakra was. Titans go. With that they all separated to attack the bots. Naruto shot a few firebolts with his sister and then smirked, seeing that these things were not that smart. I wonder how much these things can lift. At this Star looked at him oddly. What do you mean brother? I mean this, Soul Seal 3. The blade glowed again, and this time it grew again and to look like a giant square fishhook. He then rushed up to one and slashed it a few times, and before it fell, he kicked it at few other that were coming after him. They were crushed underneath the weight. Near the end of the fight, they all heard Terra yelled out Beast Boy and then a loud crash. When they got to the rubble, Naruto and Robin started removing the rocks until they saw green sand going into the rubble and it morphed into a green gorilla. Nice. You were actually able to turn into Shukaku to cushion the fall, said Naruto. You okay? Asked Robin, and BB nodded his head. Where's Terra? He asked, but the other just shook their heads and he went to look for her while more Slade bots came and attacked. Aw man, don't these things ever quit? Naruto said as he blasted a few with his fire and made the others go heavy with a few swipes of his blade. After about 10 minutes of Terra and BB being gone, the mine started collapsing. We need to get out of here, Raven said in her usual monotone. Slade is trying to bring down the whole mine, replied Sai. I am not sure this is Slade, said Robin. I think you right Robin, I feel traces of Terra's energy all over the place. Slade must have pissed her off or something, said Naruto as Starfire flew next to them. I cannot locate Terra or Beast Boy. Oh, this is not good, said Naruto, but then the shacking stopped. Okay. I don't feel her energy all over the place. BB must have calmed her down. To this the other just nodded. Later that night he saw Terra's bag was all filled. Is she leaving? He then thought about it and put in a scroll in her bag, where she would find it later. He then went to tell the others. An hour later, she started to leave. Well guys, it's been real. Seriously, thanks for everything, but I should. Don't even think about it, Sai said, standing in the doorway. Okay, she said as he turned to the others. What is going on? Well, Raven started. We talked it over and, said Sai. We wish for you to stay here with us, Starfire giggled. We think you'd make a great addition to our team, Robin. Yeah, I can't be the new guy forever, Earth Girl, smirked Naruto. So, wanna be a Titan? Asked BB. Me? Really? Of course, you'll need more training. I know you have trouble controlling your powers, and we can help. Robin would have continued, but Terra had dropped her communicator and rounded on BB. You told him. I didn't. You promised. You lied to me. You lied? Terra yelled as she ran out the door with BB following her. I guess she is sensitive about it, Naruto stated as he and Robin went to go talk with BB. I just figured it out. I didn't know it was a secret. Robin said sadly. She didn't even say goodbye. BB sighed. You know, it is not that hard to figure out, but I am sure she'll be back. And I hope she takes a look at that scroll too. At this the other two titans looked at him confused. Sigh, I saw the backpack and figured out she was leaving. So I put a scroll in the pack. It contains chakra control and some earth jutsu. I hope it works for her, BB said as they all looked out into the ocean. With Terra a few days later, she had stopped running and started unpacking. That is when she saw it. She took out the scroll and started reading. Yo Terra, you know, with someone who can sense chakra like me, you can't help but notice your poor control over your own power, but it seems that with this you gained a bit of control. In the seal below, it contains chakra control exercises that I had to do to control my chakra, tree walking, water walking, and some others. Also, since you were earth-based, I have put some earth jutsu in the scroll, but only try that once you have finished tree walking. Otherwise, you can really hurt yourself. All you have to do to get these is put your hand on the seal and say release. Good luck Earth Girl. Your follow Titan, Foxfire. PS We are rivals, I am Wind, even though I use a lot of fire. After about a minute, she released the seal and went her own way. Thanks everyone. However, she stopped short and saw Naruto leaning against a nearby rock. I am sorry I snapped like that. I will apologize when I get back, Terra spoke out. Sounds good to me. Naruto replied. If you ever need help though or just want to talk, just think it. I would like that Naruto. Terra smiled but then got a confused look on her face. Naruto sighed and said, it'll be explained in those scrolls. Oh, Terra replied and then walked up to Naruto. Again thanks, he said as she held out a fist, to which Naruto actually understood what she wanted thanks to Beast Boy. He pumped her fist and they smirked, like rivals usually do. Terra then walked away with a smile on her face and small blush for some odd reason that she could not understand. She never saw Naruto go poof. Chapter 4 Foxfire Chapter 4 Know what is weird? Uzumaki is Japanese for whirlpool. My last name is Eddie. That is another name for a whirlpool. Cool huh? Okay. So it will be Naruto with Raven and Terra. I will add one other girl. Some of you mentioned. Ravager, I might do. Tell me what y'all think. Also, there will be a few girl with a crush on the blonde but, you know. Check the pollen my profile. The Teen Titans had just gotten to the video rental store to see what was up. They had heard there was a weird commotion. When they got there, they saw a teenage brunette girl getting attacked but some possessed TV. That is when Cyborg blasted it with his sonic cannon. Well, if it isn't my old archenemies, the Teen Titans. Some fat guy said as he came up to them. Yeah. Who is this guy? Asked BB. Naruto shrugged and felt an odd power coming from the guy's remote, at least that what he thinks it is called. The fat guy then used the remote and pressed a button, then all the TVs behind him put a projection of his introduction. I am the master of monsters. I am your darkest nightmares come to life. I am Control Freak. A couch potato with a supped up remote. I am petrified, Raven drawled out. Not much to this guy is there? Naruto asked no one in particular as he appeared next Raven. You will be, said the freak as he pressed another button and some gray mailbox-looking creature came up to the two. Possession. Naruto got out as him and Sai rushed it. Come on Foxfire, let's drop the Dropbox. Oh so that is what it is called, replied Naruto as he kicked it. While that was going on, the other titans were trying to get the remote but it seemed that the freak possessed more things. After Naruto thought that Sai had it, he went to go help his sister with the flying cash registers. After a while, Star took out one and Naruto took out the other with an exploding kunai. A little explosion of cash never hurt anyone. He then looked back towards Sai and sweat dropped. Evil candy, that is just weird. Robin had taken out some cardboard samurai. Starfire was fighting that TV thing again. BB was running from a cardboard cut of something called Wicked Scary, and Raven was dealing with possessed videos. Can this get any weirder? He said as he sent a supercharged blue star bolt at the TV to free Star so she would have a better chance. But it seemed that Control Freak noticed Naruto and sent a few more TVs at him. Take a look at this. Yeah, I am looking but all I am going to see in a bit is melted metal. Oh really? Yeah. Fire style. Star fall. He raised his arms into the air and supercharged blue fire formed into a huge ball of energy and sent it at the possessed TV. There was a small explosion and the TVs were all half melted. Robin then used his Birdarangs and cut the water system to make it rain and making the possessed, well unpossessed, and they all just fell and what fire there was gone. My remote. I can't live without my remote, the freak said as Robin took the remote and asked while grabbing the guy's shirt. Ever think you watch too much TV? This isn't over, you hear me? This isn't over? Yay it is man. Naruto said with a bored tone. Looks pretty over to me, Raven said. Guys. Check it out. BB started as he went through the movies on the ground, movie night. He then took it to the cashier and started trying to find his rental card. Just take it, the girl said she handed it to his face. Okay. This place is weird, but at least there is never a dull moment, said Naruto. Back at the tower, BB had used the intercom to get Robin in the living room with the others. What's the problem? The problem is that it is showtime and you're not in your seat. Even Naruto is here and he has no clue how this stuff works, BB said. You know, I have been learning and I can understand that, it is just the other stuff that goes over my head, the blonde said as Star told him they would learn together. While that was happening, Robin had a cheesed-off look on his face as he went to sit down. Cyborg, you are certain you do not desire to have unhealthy sugar candies? Asked Starfire. Make it go away, said a sick Sai. Naruto chuckled and said, evil candy not agreeing with a hero like you man? Before Sai could respond, BB interrupted. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the scariest night of your lives. Maybe Control Freak's monsters didn't scare you, but this movie is going to freak you out, he said as he appeared next to each Titan and ended up between Raven and Naruto. Whatever, that crap was just weird for me. BB's mouth fell off at this point. Then Robin and Starfire started blabbing about some hot dog documentary and Sai threw up. BB just went on about the movie being cursed and Naruto rolled his eyes. While Raven told him start the movie. By the end of the movie, they all had freaked out looks on their faces. Is it over? Asked BB. I dare not open my eyes to find out, Star said. Now I am really sick to my stomach, Sai said. I've fought psychotic villains, robot commandos, and giant oozing monsters, but that is the scariest thing I have ever seen, said Robin, while Raven recovered and pretended nothing was wrong. Yeah, I just hope I don't have to run into that in the ninja world, said Naruto. After that they all looked at each other and just laughed. Did I tell you or did I tell you? Said BB looking proud. Thrilling Beast Boy, Star said, it was wonderfully horrible. They all talked about how scary it was, while Raven was again keeping to herself. So, Raven admitted, you were totally scared, BB said. I don't do fear. Whatever ya say Raven, that crap freaked out even me, Naruto said with a smirk. She just looked at him like he was stupid. After that they went to bed but it started raining. They all had to get up because they all heard some chick scream. They meet in the living room and Raven asked as she came in. Who screamed? Sounded like it came from the movie. Did we leave the TV on? Asked Robin. We did not and the movie is right here, said Star as she held the movie, but the lights went off for some reason. Okay, that's creepy, Sai said. The storm probably just tripped a circuit breaker, said Robin as a tentacle went on his shoulder. Okay Beast Boy, you got us, good one. Dude. The green kid said from across the bird boy. They all looked to see that freaky green monster from the Moive. Oh crap. It came to life man, said a freaked out Naruto as it attacked and they tried to counter. They tried everything they could against that thing but no good. Naruto noticed that Raven tried to use her powers and couldn't and when she was knocked into a wall, it was gone. Okay, that could have been better. Naruto groaned as he tried to get out of the dog pile formed from the pile of titans when it disappeared. Someone's claws are on my grebnacks, hey, my bad, said BB while Naruto glared at him. There was a monster here, right? Asked Sai. Where did it go? Asked Robin, looking around. And from where did it come? Star said getting up. Hello. BB said as he went on with a story that watching the movie opened a portal to another dimension and that it where it came from and now it wanted to eat them all. Said Sai not buying it. Control Freak must have gotten into the tower and stole his remote and get his revenge. Star eeped while Raven said, that doesn't explain why my powers aren't working. They were then going to split up and search the tower, but BB freaked out. I have to admit, somewhat, to BB's theory, I do feel an odd but familiar power in the air, but something is up, said Naruto as the others looked at him. Let's just look around for now, see what is up. As they were searching that heard help me, coming from BB's room, and when they found what it was, well, they were all pissed. That beast boy had a toy to freak them out, plus a lot of clothes and stuff in the closet that fell on top of them. Ooh. Look out y'all, IG scary monkey. Sai laughed mockingly as they exited the room. Heh yeah Raven. You should have seen the look on your face, laughed BB. You mean this look? She said pissed off. No, that's more angry than scared. I already told you I don't get scared. Sometimes it is better to admit fear than to reject it, said Naruto only to get a glare from Raven. Then the monster thing came again. Like right now, the blonde said, freaked out. Titans move, ordered Robin, and they all started to run away. They almost fell down an elevator, but they caught each other. When they got out of it, Starfire was the first to speak. The creature is gone, we are safe. Yeah, for now, I felt that odd power again, still freaky though, said Naruto. Okay. Don't even try to tell me that didn't scare you, BB said as the tentacles came back and grabbed him. What'd I tell you? Funny guy goes first. Naruto and Robin ran after him but ended up at a door. Oh come on. It is like he was dragged into that power. Naruto managed to get out as Robin opened the door. Beast boy he is, Star started. Gone, said Raven and Naruto at the same time. What they came to was the evidence room. They looked around until they came upon the remote, and Robin said that he didn't think this was Control Freak. Well, whoever this is doing this, they're not going to scare us, Raven said. Fear. That's it. The movie, the monsters, Raven's powers. The answer's right in front of us. If Control Freak isn't behind this, then it has to be, he said, but was cut off as he was dragged into the wall. Raven and Starfire tried to pull him out but were flicked back by the other tentacles, and Sai and Naruto went to try and pull him, but Robin's arms slipped from them. Robin! Sai yelled and then punched a hole in the wall to reveal nothing. I don't suppose any of you know what he was going to say. The others just shook their heads. They then tried looking through the entire tower for the two missing titans. Maybe they ended up somewhere else in the tower, but Naruto doubted it. He could not feel their chakra anywhere. Only that odd chakra that was familiar for some reason. Raven said they should look in the basement. They opened the door to it, and Raven and Naruto went in first, followed by the Sai and Star. When they were at the bottom of the stairs, Starfire said nobody was there and tried going back up, but Sai stopped her. Not yet, we have to get to the bottom of this. This unpleasant room is not the bottom? She asked. Don't worry, Star. I got your back if anything weird happens, said Naruto as he smiled, and she relaxed, only a bit though. Come on, said Raven as they started walking around. Something ran past them and Star freaked out and tried blasting it. What is it? Asked Sai. The floor. I saw something. I didn't, commented Raven, and Naruto just shook his head. My vision scanners are not picking up anything either. Naruto looked at him and said, man, that is cool, but I guess it would not work for me. He really wanted the vision scanner stuff in his head, but he didn't want half his body gone. Right, let's keep moving. Something ran past Star again and she blasted it. Would you stop that already? It was probably just a few rats, Raven said, annoyed. Those are not rats, Star said, pointing behind the three. Lots of four-eyed rat things appeared and jumped at them. The Titans started running now. Okay. This is getting freaky, Naruto shouted as he, Starfire, and Cyborg started shooting at them. They ran up the stairs, but Starfire had lagged behind and had gotten surrounded by the little creatures, and they made a portal to swallow her up. Starfire! Naruto yelled as he ran to the spot where all the freaky rats were, and they disappeared. No, said Sai as him and Raven came up behind Naruto. Naruto got pissed off and used his alien strength and punched the ground so hard it made a large dent in some of the floor to come up. Damn it. It's bad enough we lost Beast Boy and Robin, but now Starfire, come on, We need to find out what is doing this and put a stop it now, he said as he started going up the stairs and the other two quickly behind him. Once they got back up, Sai offered some nice advice. We'll get through this all right, don't be scared. For the last time, I am not afraid, Raven said as she and Naruto walked past Cyborg. Then for some reason, his light was gone. Cyborg, I could use a little more light. Cyborg, she said as they turned around to find nothing there. Then some dark bird-like creature came out of nowhere and came after them. They were chased all the way into an elevator and for some reason it was working with no power. No, black water started to rise until the doors opened and they both fell out of the elevator all wet. You know, this is getting weirder and weirder. Naruto panted as he tried getting his breath back. He then noticed that they were back in the living room. Then that green tentacle creature came out of one doors and all those weird rats came out of the other. Give them back, yelled Naruto as the creatures tried to get them and he attacked it. Oh, this is so annoying. Wait a sec. I get it now. The reason this odd chakra is so familiar, the movie was scary for Raven. Her powers don't work because they're turning against her because she won't admit her fears. What a twist, he thought while fighting the monster while Raven was dealing with the weird rats. That cost him though, a tentacle came and whacked him into the wall. Naruto, Raven yelled, and rats went after him instead. Naruto didn't even try and get up. He just looked at her and smiled. When they were starting to cover him he said, I believe in you, don't worry, I am sure you'll figure it out. With that he was gone and they were coming back to her. No, she said as she backed up all the way to the windows. Then the windows themselves turned into some huge rat. She was surrounded. Stay back. You don't scare me. She then began her I am not afraid mantra. She then realized that she was afraid. I am afraid, but that doesn't mean I can't fight back. You were right, I would figure it out. She got her powers back and rose up into the air. As the creatures started backing away, Azareth Metreon Zinthos. Her power flew in all directions and made all the creature be absorbed by it and then it went into the night sky and cried out before disappearing and her losing consciousness. A black void. That was all Naruto could see around him. He could feel the presence of his friends here and even Raven's powers. He idly wondered if he was the only one aware of what was going on. Only you can hear me, Demon King. A voice sneered out as two sets of red eyes appeared. Who is there? The one who will challenge you for the right of the title of Demon King. A pathetic human or alien such as you does not deserve it. How you got it from the Kyuubi is beyond my imagination. Okay. So you pissed off, but WHO are you? You will know in due time. But for now, my gem is waking and our time here is at an end. Till we meet, boy. A few minutes later, everything was back to normal. Raven opened her eyes to see everyone. Raven, said Robin as Naruto helped her up, you're all okay? We were never in any danger, Robin said. Say what? Sai said. Did you not see the monsters? BB yelled. We saw them, but they were never really there. Raven was afraid, but when she wouldn't talk about it, the fear found another way out. Her power, Star said. Yeah, think of it as one scary-ass genjutsu. Naruto smirked. That is why I felt the familiar power all over the place. Once you accepted your fear, you regained control over it, Robin finished. You mean Raven made all those creepy crawlies by accident? BB asked. Sorry, she said sheepishly as the sun came. Sunrise, time for bed. Sai yawned out as he walked away. You know, your haunted house was way creepier than that stupid movie. Any chance you want to do all this again for Halloween? BB asked. I'm afraid not. She droned out. I might be able to help with that. Just gotta get better at genjutsu than I am now. I am also going to find out what Halloween even is, said Naruto as the other two in the room face vaulted. As they all walking to their rooms for sleep, Naruto could not help but wonder who was talking to them. A few days later, Robin was on his motorcycle trying to find some villain while Raven and Cyborg were in the T-car and BB, Starfire, and Naruto were flying around looking for it. Range to target? The boy wonder asked. 500 and closing, should have a visual in a minute, Sai said. There he is, Star yelled out. Correction, there it is, Raven said. Where do all these things come from? Some radioactive land. Sheesh. commented Naruto, as they caught up to the spider-headed dude, but the guy had a gun and shot it to separate the titans. They gave chase to him, but he was sending those super loogies at them, and Sai almost crashed the T-car. Robin managed to get really close to the guy, but he shot a weird beam at Robin and he was petrified and he was falling. Starfire and Foxfire managed to catch him. Getting away. We have to go after him. Robin managed to get out. You mean we have to go after him? You need to recover, Sai said. But dude, the guy's got a spider for a head, shouldn't be that hard to find, BB said. With that, the group split up, with BB, Raven, and Cyborg going after the guy, and Naruto, Starfire, and Robin going home. When they got there, Starfire started to twist Robin in very painful-looking ways. Better? Oh, much thanks, he said. I welcome you. There are few problems that Tamaranian acupressure cannot solve. Man, I really need to learn more about Tamarin. I am the dumbest Tamaranian out there. Do not worry, brother. You will learn in time. Hope so. Yeah, but now we can focus solving our other problem, said Robin as he took out his communicator and said, Titans? Any luck on finding our jewel thief? We found something worse, Raven said, and they all looked in the communicator and paled. Oh crap. Naruto got out as they looked at all the weird moths. They fought for a while, but it seemed that a whole swarm of them seemed to be coming over the horizon. We are going to need backup, Cyborg said. We're on our way, Robin said as the three of them started to run off to help. Don't bother, said some freaky moth-like guy as their TV showed him. Even if you defeat a few of my children, you won't be able to stop me from releasing the entire swarm, he said as the background showed them. There are more of those things, Naruto yelled. Yes, unless you want your city turned into a moth-eaten wasteland. You will do exactly as I say. What do you want? Robin said through gritted teeth. My demands are simple. The city will declare me ruler, the Teen Titans will surrender, and Robin. You will take this lovely young lady to her junior prom, the Mothman said as a screen showed a blonde-haired, loud-mouthed chick. Hi Robipoo, she screeched as Naruto could not help but fall on the ground laughing. What was that last part again? Robin. Who is this girl and why does she call you Pooh? Asked Starfire, which only made Naruto laugh a lot louder. This was one Earth thing he did know but his sister didn't. Her name is Kitten and you will take her to prom, the moth freak yelled. This prom is some manner of duel, yes? Robin eagerly accepts. No. Ha 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 ha. Star. It is not a duel. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh. Naruto said as he tried to stop laughing to tell her. He is right, Star, it is a date. Robin said. He does not accept, do you hear? Robin. Does not accept, Starfire yelled as Robin got her out of the room while Naruto stayed in the room. Oh wow, didn't know that. Naruto said aloud. Of course I would not be able to poke fun because she might not understand, oh. Well, man, that was a good laugh. While he thought that, he even heard Star rambling about in the hallway. He turned back to the screen. Well, that was funny and all, but does Bird Boy really have to do this? Yes. Wait, who are you? Asked Killer Moth. Daddy. He is that new hot titan, Foxfire. Said Kitten, then thought about it for a sec. Hot? Oh, this can't be good, thought Naruto as Robin and Starfire came back into the room. Do we have a deal? Asked the moth. I'll take the girl to prom, Robin said. Wait. Said Kitten loudly, and Naruto wondered if she was related to Sakura. I want both Robin and Foxfire to take me to prom. Everyone froze at that. Say what? Both Robin and Naruto at the same time. Starfire just seethed with green fire lighting up her hair. Okay. But don't tell me. You both have to ask her yourselves. Oh shit. You have gotta be kidding me, said Robin. Do it. Fine, Kitten was it. She answered with a meow and Robin's eyes were twitching like crazy. Will you go to the prom with me? Now you boy. I should have just stayed out of sight, man. Sai, will you also go with me to this prom thing? Naruto said, and Starfire couldn't handle it anymore and she burst into flames. Oh Robipoo and Foxy. I thought you would never ask, she shouted out. I wouldn't have if I had a choice in the matter. Both boys thought. Back with the others. They were having a lot of problems there. Are too many. We not going to, Cyborg said, but suddenly the mods were gone. Make it? Raven opened her communicator and the two boys came up behind her to look over her shoulder. We bought you some time, said Robin as he explained what to do next and to search Kitten's place. Starfire will join you. Hey, what about you and Foxfire? Asked BB. Sigh, we can't, we have to take this, Kitten, to her prom. At this they all had shocked looks on their faces, but in Raven's case, a slight twitching of the eye. I really should have just kept out of sight. They heard him yell. Don't worry guys. I am sending some Titan clones as backup. A few hours later Robin and Naruto were by some boat in their tuxes. This thing is so tight, they are so not for battle. I know what you mean Foxfire, but this the clothing we have to wear to this prom. I am so glad I became a ninja, civilian clothes in schools are weird, Naruto complained. I am really hoping she does not show, Robin said, which Naruto agreed, but they were tapped on their shoulders and they prepared for the worst. Turning around they saw Starfire, Raven. They both got out. Starfire was in a glittery pink dress and Raven was in a blue dress. Raven owns a dress. I thought all she wore was that black thing and the blue cloak, Naruto thought loudly while Robin was having his own thoughts about Starfire. On such occasions, I think it is customary to wear a dead plant, Starfire said as she put them on Robin and Naruto. Okay. This is getting weirder by the minute, Naruto deadpanned. Aren't you two supposed to help the others hunt down Killer Moth? Asked Robin. Your orders were to investigate the girl. I intend to investigate her thoroughly, besides you may require saving, she said. I will do the same, besides, Foxfire made like 4 clones to help the other 2, said Raven. Thought that was enough, Titan clones, Naruto said as Robin looked at him. Yes, and this kitten could be some form of ooze monster in disguise. She is certainly ugly like one, yes? She said as Raven listened to what Naruto was saying as well. Don't know about that, but she must be related to the pink-haired banshee back home. She really screeches like one, he said as Raven smirked, but before anyone could say anything more, there was a honk and Kitten's huge pink limo came up. Oh brother, I get it now. She's a spoiled little rich girl, Naruto groaned. Kitten came out in a pale pink dress and waved to 2 boys over to her yelling, UWHO, Robopu, Foxy. Your kitten has arrived, meow. They both smacked their heads while Naruto said, yeah, they're either related or she is her alternate reality self, except this one does not hate me. Yeah, on second thought, maybe I will need saving, said Robin while Naruto agreed with him. When they walked away, Raven and Starfire had pissed off looks on their faces. When they got over to her, she started screeching some more. Oh Robin and Foxfire. My dates, oh don't you two look handsome, she whispered. Compliment me on my dress. No way. The boys said. Do it or else, nice dress, what a pink dress, the boys said rudely. Oh boys. You're such gentlemen. Not at all like my worthless ex-boyfriend Fang, she yelled out so everyone could hear. Now, take my arms and lead me in. Oh, would it kill you two to smile? Robin cracked a Ficho-looking smile and Naruto swore heard the guy's face crack. Naruto did one of his fake fox smiles. Maybe. Once they were in, Star slowed screeched up to the front of the pink limo and punched it, making the back half go up. Raven was so pissed at this girl that her emotions blew up the back half of the limo. Many people ran in or backed away very slowly. Inside the dance floor, the 3 had taken a seat at a table, with Robin rocking back and forth on his chair. Naruto was banging his head on the table, and Kitten had a pissed off look on her face. One of you, ask me to dance. I don't dance. Robin got out. I would rather not, Naruto nervously said as he brought his head up. Come Foxy. Dance with me. No thanks. Fine, then I can have the whole city destroyed, or we can go straight to the kissing, she said. Naruto paled and said real quickly, no kissing, let's dance. With that they were in the middle of the dance floor. Oh Foxfire. I would love to dance you, she yelled as she flung in around while dancing. Never again man. I will never do this shit again. Oh, I am going to be sick, Naruto thought. Raven's emotions made a few balloons and a nearby table explode, and Starfire had a pissed off look that this chick was not good enough for her brother. The song ended and Naruto tried to get away, but another slow song came and she got him back. Aw man. All this spinning is making me sick. From now on, Foxy. This will be our song, she said, and Naruto gave Robin a pleading look that said, get me the hell away from this chick. Robin nodded and opened his communicator and said, please tell me you guys have found something, Foxfire, and I can't handle this anymore. Well, we went to your girlfriend's home address, but we can't find anything and the clones are just arguing now. The hologram jumped out at Sai and yelled, she is not my girlfriend. At that same moment, BB found a secret entrance and Sai said that he will keep him posted. A few minutes later, Sai, BB, and the Naruto clones reported that they found Killer Moth's hideout and Robin nodded to Naruto. It is about time, damn it. Naruto decided to be civil and asked, so, did you ask the two of us for a reason? There is a reason, but I don't think you would understand, Kitten replied quietly. Trust me. Naruto shrugged. Well, I am trying to get my ex-boyfriend jealous by talking to the two of you. Wait a sec, what is with the mood change? Well, you can be all that bad if you're doing this for that reason. I am assuming you are still in the love with the guy. At Kitten's nod, he continued. How about we make a little scene here? Get his blood pumping then, he suggested. Kitten looked at Naruto with a smirk and said, kiss me. Sorry, no can do, I don't like you that way. Wait, I don't like you at all. Naruto said out loud, and Raven breathed a sigh of relief while Starfire thought, way to go brother. She also made the yes sign. What? Yeah, you got a problem with that rich girl. Besides, I got word that the Mothman is being taken down as we speak, so we are done here, chickie. Naruto said as he started walking away. No, we are not. Daddy's not calling the shots tonight, Foxy. I am, she said as she took out a device. Daddy? All the Titans present said, and unless you want me to let those nasty boys out for a nighttime snack, she said as she grabbed Naruto by the collar and yelled. You better pucker up, you hottie. With that she started trying to kiss him. Raven was so shocked and pissed in the table she was at blow up and some of the ground as well. Starfire just had a look of pure shock on her face. Oh, I did not see that one coming. Oh well. Good thing I am a ninja, hee hee hee. Naruto thought as he did the switch jutsu and switched with a clone he had secretly made. The clone did not look happy, but shrugged and planted a kiss on the blonde girl, shocking a lot of people, including the original, who was next to a gaping Robin. This will not end well for me. Starfire's hair was on fire again, while there was a sizable dent in the ground around Raven and the ground seemed to have black fire on it. Robin had a look of pure shock on his face. Kitten was blushing up a storm, but seemed to like it. She opened her eyes to see a very pissed off boyfriend. Oh Fang, she suddenly said as Spider-Head came and crashed the party. That is your boyfriend, Robin said. The original Naruto was pale. I indirectly kissed that. Oh my god. Get your hands off my girl, you losers. The guy said as he chucked a cup at the fake Naruto, who went up in smoke, making a lot of people widen their eyes. The girls looked like fish as they had never thought it was a clone and then sighed in relief, until Spider-Head rushed Naruto and Robin. With that they started an odd fight where the spider would use its legs to fight the two. Then a starbolt covered in black energy hit Spider-Freak. Get your legs off my boy, the girls yelled. You okay? Asked Raven Naruto while Star was asking Robin if he was okay. Yeah, but at least I get to fight today. Unfortunately, I get the memories of my shadow clone, he said as he ripped off his tux to reveal t-shirt and boxes. Raven, Star, and Robin couldn't help but laugh. Oh yeah, I forgot to put clothes underneath this thing. Oh well, henge. With that he was hanged into his normal clothes. Good enough for now, though I still feel a draft. They looked to see Kitten kissing Fang. Naruto almost barfed while Robin said that they looked like a bad couple. So with that fought for a bit, and when Naruto had had enough of this crap he did a jutsu. He took out his sword and yelled out, Soul Seal 4, the blade then split in 5 hooked blades and started sucking out the energy of the spider. Hey, looks like the rain came and washed the spider out, man. With that they had Kitten and Fang go to jail, with Kitten bitched about getting back at them. BB wanted to keep the larva moth things as pets, but Raven said to not even think about it. They were standing on the dance floor when a voice came on the intercom. And now the moment you have all been waiting for. The king and queen of this year's prom is Robin and Starfire. I guess one dance wouldn't kill me, Robin said as he took Starfire head and danced with her. Naruto smirked as he watched them. Robin was probably the only person he could trust with his sister. He sighed and looked at Raven. Don't want that dress to go to waste, wanna dance? Raven looked at him for a minute, remembering what his clone has done for the original. She smiled some and nodded. I guess dancing isn't bad when you dancing with the right person. XXXXXXX review. Next up will be another chapter to Naruto. Prince of the Underworld. Look out for it. Chapter 5 Foxfire Chapter 5 Sorry about the long update. Family has been a pain in the ass, and I am in my last weeks of college, so finals and all. Anyway, I revamped this chapter, making Naruto's illness longer and funnier. So I have gained an interest in Smallville and now in Supergirl, so I might make a crossover if I can get the comics. Today was a peaceful day in Jump City. The birds were chirping, people were in a good mood, and all was calm. Beast Boy. I am going to kill you. Well, almost everything was calm. For the past day, Beast Boy had gotten Naruto to join in on the prank wars that was mostly between him and Cyborg. Let's just say it wasn't pretty. The reason Naruto was yelling now was because of squirrels in his pants. Naruto burst into the living room with a pissed-off look on his face that BB could not see because he was shrinking down into the couch. Robin smirked. BB had finally met his match. Cyborg was trying to keep his mouth shut, but he could not help but chuckle. Raven was not in the room at the moment, but she heard him yell and knew the green bean was in for it, and Starfire was just curious as to what was going on. Naruto stalked right up to Beast Boy and he had a crazy smirk on his face. He took the squirrel out of his own shirt and put it in BB's. The result? Beast Boy running around the room like a chicken with its head cut off and screaming. I am not done. Shadow Squirrel's jutsu. At this, the green boy's clothes bulged and now he was screaming even more. Naruto and the others were on the floor because they couldn't stop laugh at the insanity of it all. The siren went off and Robin said to move out. It was some freak by the name of Dr. Light. When they got there they saw Dr. Light. He was on a turned-over gold truck. Your pathetic skills can't outshine the brilliance of light, Dr. Light proclaimed as he shot a beam of light at the Titans. Robin quickly made his way to Light, but he jumped out of the way and said, You're fast, but I doubt you will enjoy moving at the speed of light. He then opened his chest plate and huge beam of light blasted Robin over a building. Beast Boy then came and turned into a wolf, charging at Dr. Light. A wolf is no threat when it is blind as a bat, he said as he threw light bombs at BB. Starfire tried to get him, but he threw some sort of device that trapped her. Cyborg then charged at him with the tire and the pole that connects it. Watched it lightweight, things are about to get heavy. He then swung it at Light, but it missed and Light shot a few weird light balls that hit the car behind him and it melted around him and he was trapped. Hey, let me. Now, if nobody minds, I'll be taking the gold. Yo, we still got a crack at Cha, Naruto said as him and Raven walked up to him. Naruto then shot forward and shot a few blue star bolts at Light. Oh, why so blue? You should lighten up, the doc said. Aw, shut up. How about I knock your lights out? Yelled Naruto as he shot a beam that landed right in front Light and blow him into a wall. Light retaliated with the chest beam that sent Naruto back into a building. Now I shall be going. I think not, Raven said. Azereth Metrion Zinthos, she said as she tried to use her power against the Light, but the doc used his light to knock Raven away. Word of advice, find shorter magic words. That would have been good, but a motorcycle was thrown at him without the words, which he shot with his light and destroyed it. He also used the light to blast her away. Don't come any closer. What's the matter? Afraid of the light? This seemed to piss off Raven and she shot up with lots of darkness tentacles to drag the doc into the darkness. My suit, no, Top, you win. I surrender. With evil red eyes and a demonic voice, she said, What's the matter? Afraid of the dark? Robin then came running with Naruto and they yelled at her to stop. She then turned back to normal and it also revealed Dr. Light pretty shaken. Dude, Raven, what did you do? Asked BB as he came up to her. She went all crazy on him and then left in the shadows. Something is up with her emotions. I wonder what is up though, thought Naruto. The next day, Raise and shine amigos, breakfast is served, BB said as he was cooking tofu. As he set the food down, Robin said, thanks Beast Boy, everything looks great. On my planet, such a feast would mark a marriage. Tell me Beast Boy, to whom are you engaged? Asked Starfire. At this BB freaked out and Naruto sprayed his orange juice out of his mouth and began to laugh. Star, this Earth, he was just being friendly. Besides, I always ate like that back in Konoha. Hey, I must be engaged 100 times over. Naruto laughed with the others. I do not understand, brother. Who are you married to already? At this Naruto banged his head against the table and said, it was a joke, Star, sheesh. While that was going on, Cyborg engorged himself with the food but spit it out and was yelling about the food being tofu. Naruto tried some of the tofu and he started to feel weird. When Cyborg was done complaining, Raven came in. Hey Raven, want breakfast? Asked Robin. It's good. Wakey wakey tofu eggs and basi, BB sung. Herbal tea, was her statement. Come on, just one little taste. You could use a little food after you cooked Dr. Light. No, she yelled with red eyes. The tofu blew up as well. Maybe you should go apologize, Robin said. Me? I am not the one who turned breakfast into a battlefield. Yeah, but after the weirdness that went down last night, you should know better than to go messin' with her, said Cyborg as he passed him. I was trying to be nice, but no matter how hard I try she still treats me like tofu eggs, said BB. You know she never once laughed at any of my jokes. Lest she listens, I kinda just tune you out, said Cyborg as he was washing dishes. Friend Raven is complicated, there is much about her we are not meant to understand, Starfire said. Then how are we supposed to deal with her? How can we even trust her, I mean, said BB. She's our friend, what more do we need to know? Asked Robin. Yeah, just go to her, man, groaned Naruto while his head was on the table. Dude, what is wrong with you? Asked BB. No offense Beast Boy, but your tofu sucks, Naruto said with a green face and huge dilated eyes. Oh, wait, Starfire is usually okay with tofu, said a confused BB. I am different, remember. I am not used to eating weird things. You always had a taste for a variety of different things. There were some things that you just didn't like. When that happened, you had a weird reaction, Star said with a shiver. Oh joy, Naruto deadpanned. An hour later, Naruto and Cyborg saw Beast Boy in front of Raven's door and they knew he was going to chicken out, so they went to help him out. He knocked, if you could call that a knock, and said, oh well, nobody's home. BB then walked into Cyborg. Y'all might want to knock a little louder, the metal man said as he pushed BB back to the door and knocked himself. The door fell from him knocking. Oh, way to go, man, Naruto said sarcastically but a little sickly. Now we both have to apologize. Beast Boy stated the obvious. They took a look in her room and it was a little weird. Not going to describe it. Watch episode 6 to find out. Raven? Said Cyborg. Sorry about the door, Raven? Dude, she is not here. Let's go, BB said as he walked into the room and started walking around. Looks like Halloween came early this year. We're in Raven's room. We should not be in here. She doesn't let anybody in here, ever. Well, we are in here, stated Naruto with a bored and sick look. So, this is our big chance to learn more about her, BB said as he looked at her dresser. For instance, check out this beauty mirror. Who would have thought she would spend time sprucing? Well, she is a girl, maybe she wants to look pretty, Naruto said, which got an odd look from Beast Boy. What? Never mind. Is that it? BB said, and that is when the mirror showed 4 red eyes and a black red hand shot out of it and it grabbed Beast Boy. Oh man, Cyborg. What we should really get out, said Sai as he saw the hand, and he and Naruto rushed to get BB free. Unfortunately, they all got sucked into the small mirror. Through the passage to the world of the mirror is when things started to go crazy for Naruto. He looked around at all the different colors, for they formed something. Muffins, he suddenly shouted, the other two screaming for dear life. They landed on a floating rock in the middle of what looked like space, but the stars looked red. Where are we? Asked BB. You're asking the wrong robot, My scanner say we are in Titan's Tower. I don't sense Da Birdie or Big Sis anywhere. I wonder where we are. Naruto said like a kid. Right, so how do we get back? Asked BB, wondering what was up with Naruto. Guess we start walking, said Cyborg, ignoring Naruto's odd behavior at the moment. Come on, I'm serious. We're on a rock in the middle of no. The green bean was cut off as rocks formed a path. Oh. Oh, how convenient, said a little to happy Naruto, and with that they began to walk with Cyborg and Beast Boy arguing and Naruto was acting loopy. They heard black birds saying to turn back. BB went up to them and they started attacking. Beast Boy went shifting to animals. Cyborg used his sonic cannon, and Naruto, well, he was dancing and they were missing him. What the? Is this the reaction star was talking about? Asked Cyborg but didn't get an answer, in all his wisdom. Cy shot the ground when one of the birds was under him and Llama Beast Boy. They were hanging for dear life while Naruto was, still dancing, but the other side of the walkway. Hey guys, what's up? Said Raven with a pink cloak. I don't know anymore, Cyborg said weakly, and with that the world flipped and Beast Boy fell on Cyborg and Raven started laughing. Raven. How did wear what just, why are you wearing pink? Asked BB. Raven laughed and said, "'Cause it's my favorite color." BB looked at her oddly and said, "It is." "Look, I'd love to talk fashion but I don't suppose you know the way home?" said Cyborg. "The forbidden door, it's the only way out, but you don't want to go there, not now," she said. Yeah we do," said BB and Cy at the same time. "Ooh, a walkway," said Naruto in his daze. "K don't say I didn't warn ya," she said as her and Naruto acted like a plane going into the portal. "How you ever seen her this happy? Dude, I didn't know Raven could do happy, and what is with Naruto? My tofu is not that bad," shouted Beast Boy as they went through the portal. Yeah it is," said Cyborg but stopped in his tracks as he saw what looked like a kid's dreamscape. "Now where are we?" "I think this might be where air freshener come from," BB said as a strawberry floated by. Naruto came up under it before acting like Jaws and eating it and looking around with wide eyes. "No, we are in the land of gumdrops and ice cream. The beetles would love this place. Woo," Naruto said. As he ran around trying to eat a tree, they heard Raven laugh at BB joke and then at Naruto's odd antics. "Good one." "You're laughing," started Cyborg, "at one of my jokes?" "Sure. I've always thought you were funny BB, but hey, looks aren't everything." She then started laughing again. She then added, "And Naruto is funny and cute. The tofu musta really messed him up." Naruto appeared in front of them with a boombox that started playing something in Japanese. However, that was not what weirded out BB and Sai. What did was the weird-ass dance that Naruto started, with Pink Raven joining in. Sai's eyes twitched. "What the hell is this?" he asked, turning to BB who was pale. "Okay, no more tofu for Naruto," BB said calmly before freaking out. "They're doing the caramel dancin'." Cyborg groaned and BB shivered before they looked back to the duo, only find that Pink Raven was gone. "She ditched us. I can't believe Raven ditched us. Next time I see her it is not going to pretty." BB freaked out as they endured a few more minutes of the dance Naruto was doing on his own with a creepy smile. When it finally stopped, they passed another portal and they saw the creepy landscape again. No more land of gumdrops and ice cream," said Naruto as he ate another strawberry, making the other two sweat drop. "Wait. I know where we are. We're in that place where we didn't know where we were before," Cyborg said. Raven popped up out of nowhere with a gray cloak, scaring the crap out of them. "Where were you?" "Shopping for robes," Beast Boy yelled. Raven got smaller and was crying. When BB was done apologizing to her, Naruto walked up to her. Come here. Did Da mean green one scare you?" He said that as an odd voice and he also gave her a hug before she blushed a bit. BB just looked at them like they were crazy. "Hey, that is that forbidden door, right Raven?" asked Cyborg, too. Which she nodded. "Come y'all where almost Cyborg started but stopped at walls appeared. BB tried to take to the skies but got shocked. Naruto thought it was cool and walked up the wall and started shocking himself and laughing like a maniac. "It's maze, you can't get out, you have to go through," Raven said. While sweat dropping at the blonde. "I can show you the way," But when we reach the end, you won't like me anymore. He already doesn't like me, she said, indicating Beast Boy. Come on. That's not, he didn't get to finish because she was already ahead of them. Naruto fell down before looked at her retreating and said in his dazed voice, I don't hate you. Come on y'all, let's go, Cyborg said. When they reached the end, they were kind of cheesed off because Raven had been apologizing to BB and Sai the whole time about various things. When they got to the end, the wall opened up to reveal two huge statues and a path to another area. Sweet, said BB. All right Raven, said Cyborg. Thanks Ray, said Naruto, and he passed her with a hand on his head. My hair is really spiky, he randomly said with a grin as he plucked out a few hairs and watched them fly away with a far off. Look, he is scaring me, BB whispered to Sai, who nodded as well. They walked toward the statues which came to life, combined and started attacking. Hi Two-Face, Naruto suddenly said as he did a matrix to dodge the swords of the statues. They all attacked it, but it was too strong for some reason. Hey Eight Eyes, came the voice of Raven as she kicked it in the face and it fell. Woohoo! In your faces. This Raven was green-cloaked and she used 2 fingers to slice it down the middle. Naruto looked from Raven and then to his own fingers and smirked. 1,000 years of death, he called out with rapidly poking the air. They all looked at him like he was crazy. Of course, for some reason, Green Raven thought it was funny. Beast Boy got out of his stupor and said, what is your deal? First you nuke breakfast, then finally laugh at my jokes, then you're all weepy, and now you're a marine. Make up your mind. Who are you? It was then all 3 ravens they met came and said, I'm Raven. Beast Boy fainted and Naruto said, ooh, 3 ravens. Cyborg scratched his head and said as he pointed to each one, happy, timid, brave. You forgot Dopey, laughed the pink one at Beast Boy. Different sides of ravens personally, we're not in Raven's home, Cyborg said. We're in her mind. Beast Boy and Naruto said, and I want you out, said the real Raven, and she appeared and the others disappeared. The mirror you found was for meditation. It is a portal into my mind, not a toy, she got at Beast Boy. Heh my bad, Beast Boy said. This mind is fun, but mine is a sewer, can I stay here mommy? Naruto said as he was suddenly chibified, making Raven look at him strangely, but before she could answer him, they were distracted by the evil birds flying around again. You have to go, now, said Raven as she explained that something got loose the other night and it was bad. Oh no you don't. I am tired of this mystery girl routine. I want to know what exactly we are dealing with here, Beast Boy said, but they heard a roar and her anger emotion morphed into her father, Trigon. Big Red Man. Naruto shouted with awe before his eyes sparkled, and he had a net in his hand and was in a bathtub, Sandy Claus. Ignoring Naruto for the moment, Sai asked warily, who's that? Let's just say I have some issues with my father, she said. Beast Boy and Cyborg ran for it while Raven and Naruto got blasted by it 4 eye-beams. They then got blasted before they could reach the exit. You're not Sandy Claus you meanie. Naruto shouted with tears in his eyes before had took on a thoughtful expression. A red Oogie Bogey? When he was about to blast them again, Raven put up a barrier blocking it. Get out of my mind, now, she said as he was protecting them, and leave you alone with that, said Beast Boy. Not going to happen. Cyborg said. Red Oogie Bogey must pay for Makin Ravi sad. Naruto smirked while he was suddenly in a yellow zoot suit with a feathered hat. Smokin'. It is not your problem. If I lose you will be stuck in here forever, she said as the barrier was fading, while also trying not to laugh at Naruto. It's party time, said Naruto with an insane smirk. Raven had a hidden smile, but she used her powers to thrust them away and went to fight it herself. She got blasted and it caught her. Rage shall consume you. Yo! Yelled Cyborg. Looks like somebody needs a timeout. With that he blasted it himself a few times and the red guy dropped her and Beast Boy caught her in his bird form. The red guy then fell off the cliff. You stayed? Thought you didn't like me, she said. Thought you didn't like me, BB said. Yo, I like both of you. Now get your butts over here, said Cyborg as he was now fighting the red guy again. Feel my fury, he yelled. Well, big, tall and ugly. Now you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Naruto called out coolly before out of his sleeves came a lot and lots of guns. "Ya, punk?" The rage emotion just growled at him and from cocking its fist back. "Oh, wrong move. Phoenix Blaze." He yelled out insanely as all the bullets came out of the guns except a few. Those that didn't had bang signs. Now, the bullets went ablaze, forming a giant phoenix that rammed into Rage. However, it growled and backhanded the blonde a long ways away from the battle, the blonde laughing all the way. Okay, his illness was working for us for a bit, BB pointed out while the others got out of their shock. He's too strong. Even with your help I cannot defeat him, Raven said. So call for backup. What about all those other yous? Said Cyborg. Yeah, the green one kind kicked butt, BB said. Those are her emotions, they that could work. One emotion is no match against all the other emotion, said Psy. Yeah, but use them together. They would be picked off like we were if you used them one at a time. Go for it, we got your back, Cyborg said as he ran off to attack it with BB. Good luck, Ray, Naruto said with a hand on her shoulder as he appeared next to her with a weird smile. He then left to help the other two. She blushed a bit and then began to call the others. However, she did notice that he was wearing aviator clothes now and left on a yellow moped called a Vespa. BB and Sai stopped when they heard a horn and looked back. They saw Naruto on the Vespa with an insane smirk on his face while holding a blue bass guitar. Do I want to know? Sai deadpanned. Now way. Fooly cooly reference, BB commented. Rage saw the blonde and raised an eyebrow as he saw the ground shift up a bit, like a ramp. The Vespa went at full speed and flew off the ramp. Naruto smirked with wide eyes as he stood up and put a foot on the handlebars. He then held the base like a bat and when he got close enough he swung it while yelling out, "Batter up!" The force of the odd swing knocked over Rage, giving Raven more time and making BB laugh hysterically. While Naruto and the others were fighting the big guy, Raven appeared in a white cloak and she was as tall as her father. Wow, was all Naruto could say as they had an energy battle. In the end, Raven won and the anger self went back into her, which made her turn back to normal. She felt a little weak and the three boys caught her. Thank you, friends, she said. So we really are friends? Asked BB hopefully, to which she nodded. And you really think I am funny? Don't push it. Yay, you beat the red Ogie Bogey, Naruto said as he put his arms around them. Cyborg noticed that she blushed a little at that and could not help but chuckle. They went through the portal, and heard Robin and Starfire on the other side. However, they heard Naruto groan a bit. Man, what happened? I remember being sucked into the mirror but, that is all and now I am back in Raven's room. He stated while looking around the room, the three titans looking at him in shock. Dude, you mean you don't remember what happened to you in Raven's mind? No, Naruto replied with a blank look. Let's just say you are not to eat tofu ever again, Cyborg said, before they heard Robin trying to stop Starfire from opening the door. They opened the door to see a funny sight. Robin was trying and pretty much failing to keep Starfire from knocking on the door. Where have you all been? Asked Robin as he recovered from his fall. Just getting to know each other, Cyborg said. Come friends, we shall prepare a new breakfast feast, Starfire said. It is a little late for breakfast, Star, said BB. Maybe just some herbal tea. Actually, breakfast sounds nice. Beast Boy smiled and said, breakfast for dinner, coming up. Oh no, I'm cooking this time. We're having real eggs, said Cyborg as he went after them. I am with Cyborg on this one, no more tofu, said Naruto out of the blue. Right. We don't need you turning into Haruko again and kicking our butt with a bass guitar, BB called out. Say Naruto, you look better, Robin commented. Yeah, I am remembering some of it. I went loopy, chuckled Naruto. Ah yes, you were like that when you ate something that did not agree with you, brother. I was quite scared, Star said as she gave him a big hug. During dinner, Naruto suddenly stopped eating because he thought he heard Sakura and a few other people were yelling. He even felt an odd pulse. Raven had noticed that his body shimmered a little. After he was done eating, he went up to the roof to watch the sunset and think. He sat on the ledge and thought, great, I'm starting to return, well my mind anyway. He then noticed that Raven was nearby and said, "You know, you can't hide from me." "I see," she said as she appeared next to him and sat down next to him. "Thanks for helping back in my mind." "It is no problem, you're a friend of mine." Naruto smiled, which made Raven blush a little. "I am glad you came with them, even though you were a little kooky," said Raven, to which Naruto chuckled. "Here," she said as she handed him an old-looking scroll. What's this?" asked Naruto. "I noticed you used a phoenix in our battle, and I found that I had a summoning contract for it in my room. I hope you can make use of it." "Hey, thanks Ray," he said, and they were quiet for a bit. BB, Cyborg, Robin, and Starfire were in the shadows, watching with smirks on their faces. They both turned to each other and were about to talk but noticed that the other was going to say something and Naruto let her talk. "So what was that at dinner?" "Hey, seems I am going back soon. Well, my mind anyway. I heard one of my teammates in a fight with some other people, probably the team from Sound." "Oh," she said a little sadly. "Yeah, I'd rather stay with all of you. Know you're all great friend and all, but I have to get back," Naruto said. He noticed that Raven looked a little sad at that. He smiled sadly before bringing up his hand. Between them, sort of like a V, she seemed to understand and took his hand. "Don't worry Raven, if you or the Peanut Gallery ever need my help, I'll be there as soon as I can, and that is a promise," he said as he heard gasps from the said Peanut Gallery. Raven smiled and thanked him. "And you know, we gotta stick together after all. I leave Starfire all alone again, and same with you. I am the Demon King thanks to Kyuubi," he said with a wink, making Raven widen her eyes and blush. She then noticed him fading away and made a split-second decision. She leaned forward and kissed him on the cheek, shocking the boy. "I'll be waiting," she said, and with that, the boy was gone. Review. Hey, I noticed in the polls that it is between Jinx and Ravager. Now, I am not that into Jinx pairing because I think Kid Flash and her date near the end and I like that pairing for some reason. Give me some reasons why it should be Jinx. My reason for Ravager is because Naruto can save her from the darkness that her dad put her in, and I read somewhere that she does become a Titan, and for some reason, I like her, just saying. Anyway, I am working on Prince of the Underworld and it should be out late tomorrow or Thursday. Chapter 6 Foxfire. Chapter 6 Naruto awoke to see that Sakura was on the ground with her hair cut and was looking towards Sasuke, who was popping out the arms of the sound ninja named Zaku. Shikamaru's team had heard him wake up and looked in his direction. Naruto yawned and said, "Aw man, what I miss." At this everyone in the area sweat dropped, included the curse-marked Sasuke, who was starting to power down at the sheer stupidity. Dosu noticed this and rushed in to attack Sasuke while he was distracted. Seeing this, Naruto rushed the sound nin and sent a supercharged blue star ball into his gut, sending him through a tree. "Don't even think about it, mummy boy." Zaku could only look in horror as his leader was sent through a tree and he could do nothing as his arms were screwed. Dosu slowly made his way back and then kneeled before Sasuke and Naruto and presented his Earth Scroll. "You have won, we cannot beat you." And with that he took the unconscious Kin and left with Zaku right behind him. Neji and Tenten also left too, but they also had taken the downed Lee as well. Shika's team had already left. When they saw Naruto get up, Sasuke turned to Naruto and said, "We have the Earth Scroll now, we leave." Naruto rolled his eyes at Sasuke's new attitude. "Oh wait, he is always like that, emo." He walked over to Sakura and handed out a hand to help her up, which she took. "You okay?" "Yeah," was all she said as they made their way to the tower in the middle of the Forest of Death. Kabuto was supposed to meet them but he did not. When they got there they read the poster and Sakura said they had to open the scrolls at the same time. When they did that, Iruka appeared in a poof of smoke. "Wow, I am glad you guys made it," the scared chunin said. "Come on, it is us," said Naruto with a smirk, and Sasuke just glared at his old teacher. "Does he think I am weak? Anyway, you still have a few days left until the exam ends, so take this time to rest and look around the tower," Iruka said as he disappeared. They then walked around to find their room. Sasuke demanded that he have the master bed and let Sakura and Naruto decide about the bunk bed. "I want the bottom," she said, and Naruto just shrugged and floated up to his bed. Sakura had noticed something during their trip from the fight with the sound nins, and now, with the curse mark, Sasuke was even more of a jerk and all he cared about was power. She even noticed that she does not even love the guy. She only loved him because Ino did. She was really useless. She had also noticed that Naruto did not ask her out anymore. He had become stronger somehow during his unconsciousness and she was left in the dust. She had noticed that she had a small crush on him but she didn't say anything because it seemed that he didn't anymore. She then questioned herself about how strong she was. She wasn't very strong at all. She decided to ask Naruto for help tomorrow and with that she went to sleep with the other two already asleep. A few days later, they were in the area in the tower, all lined up with their team. The Hokage gave his long-winded speech of how the chunin exams were replacements for war and all that jazz. Then, the proctor of the third exam appeared saying, in between coughs, I am Hayate and I think we should have a preliminary round because there are too many people. The Hokage nodded and a lot of people complained about it and they were offered a chance to go home and surprisingly, only Kabuto went home saying he was too hurt. With that, everyone went up to the balconies before waiting for their names to be called. The first match was Sasuke Uchiha vs Yoroi Ikado. They started the match with some taijutsu, but Sasuke noticed he was getting weaker. He then saw that Yoroi's hands were glowing. Yoroi smirked and said, I see you have finally noticed. My power is to suck the chakra out of you, now die. With that, he tackled Sasuke and held him by his neck, all the while sucking out his chakra. Sasuke had had enough of this before he used the shadow leaf jutsu he got off of Lee. He was about to do his next attack but the curse seal was acting up. Many people saw and Hayate was about to call the match when it receded and Sasuke yelled out, Lion's Barrage. He did a series of hard kicks to Yoroi and did one last kick to his stomach and sent him fly back into the ground, dead. Cough, winner Sasuke. Cough, said Hayate as everyone cheered. Naruto had noticed that Sakura was not cheering as loudly as before but he just shrugged it off, not like he cared. Kakashi then took Sasuke somewhere. The next two battles were pretty short. Zaku vs Shino. Well, let's just say, the Zaku got his arms back but bugs went into his arms and when he tried using his special technique, it blew his arms off. Poor Zaku. Shino was the winner. The next match after that was Masumi Tsurugi vs Kankuro. Yep, that was short. Masumi had made himself all rubbery and tried to trap Kankuro but it turned out to be on his puppet and since Masumi was pretty much useless after that, Kankuro was the winner. Naruto was interested in Kankuro's puppet, wondering what it could do. The next match was Sakura vs Ino and let's say it was just a freaking cat fight, with them just punching each other. The Ino cut her hair and trapped Sakura in it with a jutsu she made. She then used her mind transfer jutsu to get in Sakura's mind. Naruto's encouragement had helped Sakura get back control over her own body. Sakura then looked up to Naruto and he nodded his head. She then looked at Ino and said, this where I win. Oh, what makes you think that billboard brow? This. She yelled and started doing hand signs for a jutsu that she almost had mastered. Naruto, what jutsu is she using? Asked Kakashi as he appeared out of nowhere. One that I taught her. He said cryptically and even the others were puzzled at this. Naruto actually taught Sakura a jutsu? Fire style. Strength of the Tamaranians. Sakura yelled as fire circled around her until it became pink and Naruto glowed a bit. She then rushed Ino and tried to punch her but missed as the blonde girl leapt out of the way. She may have missed but everyone saw the result of the attack as she punched the ground to create a small earthquake and then a fissure opened up and pink fire melted the surrounding area around her. Naruto smirked. It had worked but he could see that she did not have much time left with the jutsu since she did not have full control over it. The rest of the Rookie 9, who had heard what Naruto said earlier, all look on in shock that Sakura was not useless and actually had strength. Kakashi had actually dropped his book and pulled up his headband to see that she did not have much control over this new jutsu and it seemed it was unbalanced but did not say anything yet. The others were just shocked. Unfortunately for Sakura, the jutsu died down and the normal fight went back to what it originally was, crappy. They did one final attack and knocked each other out. Nobody won this battle, but it was talked about because of the one jutsu that was used. After that battle was done, it was Temari vs Tenten with Tenten losing badly. Then it was Shikamaru vs Kin with Shikamaru using his brain and having Kin bang her head against the wall, knocking her out. Then finally it was Naruto versus Kiba. It was finally time for his battle. He jumped off the rail and floated down while Kiba walked down all cocky. Like. Naruto had contacted the Teen Titans at this point since he could not get to them earlier and set up the connection so they could see the battle. When Kiba did get down and the proctor said to begin, did he say anything? You should just quit now, Naruto, you're no match for us. Brash as ever, but no, I will not back down, now dance for me. Naruto said, then yelled as he whipped out his sword and yelled out, Rampage of the Fox. He stabbed the sword into the ground and jumped back as the whole thing caught azure fire and started shooting forward and formed into running and jumping foxes going straight for Kiba and his dog. They had to really run and jump away from the burning foxes, and once they died out was when Kiba yelled at Naruto. What the hell was that? You like? It is my own creation that follows the enemy wherever they go, but now I think I will do something else for this battle, said Naruto, which made Kiba go on guard. What now? Kiba yelled. Oh, how about this? Naruto said as he brought out a scroll and sealed an ugly-looking puppet. It was the Puppet King. You are kidding, right? That thing? Laughed Kiba. But Kankuro was looking at the thing with amusement as well. He never saw such a stupid-looking puppet before. No, and now you will see why, Naruto said as he attached the chakra strings and it came to life and a set of seals appeared around its eyes glowing, and then Kiba and Orochimaru glowed as well. Kiba said, what? But it came out as a bark. He then noticed that he had somehow switched bodies was Orochimaru. Orochimaru had noticed this as well, and they both started to panic by running around in circles while Naruto and the Titans laughed their asses off. The other ninja were just confused as to what was going on until Naruto explained. You see, Kiba, this puppet has the power to make people switch bodies and could also transfer their souls into little wooden puppets and then take control of the bodies like they were puppets, Naruto said to the shocked group of ninjas, including Kankuro, who really thought that was a good idea, but no one ever did that, till now. But this is too easy. Naruto snapped his fingers and the two were back to normal. You're going to pay for that, Naruto, Kiba said, really pissed off. He and Orochimaru then did the man-beast clone jutsu and then used the Gatsuga to destroy the little puppet. Naruto just sighed as the pieces of the puppet went back into the scroll to repair itself. Now that was mean, but I guess I should expect no less from you, dog boy, and for that, I shall unleash the replicas of my friends, the Teen Titans. He unsealed 5 small puppets that the Titans knew all too well and were wondering how Naruto would make this work. Kiba started laughing again while Kankuro narrowed his eyes, who knew what these things could do. The Hokage and the sensei were wondering what they could do as well. Aw man, you have got to be kidding me, Naruto. Those things are small, laughed Kiba. Yes, but they are hard to get at. Now let me introduce you to Robin, Beast Boy, Cyborg, Raven, and Starfire. As he said each name, their puppet came to life via chakra strings. The Hokage, Raven herself, Hinata, and Sakura all noticed that Naruto had blushed when saying her name. The Hokage was confused, Raven smirked, and Hinata and Sakura were pissed that someone had gotten Naruto already. Anyway, Naruto then made the 3 boys go after Orochimaru and the 2 girls went after Kiba. Now Kiba, I hope you know that some girls are stronger than boys. Take my sister for example, he said as the red-headed puppet flew up to Kiba and put her hands on Kiba's arm. Kiba chuckled a bit at the sheer stupidity of this until the little puppet threw him up in the air with him screaming like a little girl. Screaming like a little girl won't help you. Now here is Raven. I cannot really replicate her powers, so I will just use darkness jutsu, he said, which got the attention of a lot of people. Darkness jutsu were very rare. Darkness style. Giant fist. The little puppet of Raven had darkness appear around its fist, which grew pretty big and started to punch Kiba a few times before slamming him to the ground. Naruto also had his attention on Orochimaru. The Robin puppet was fighting the dog with Taijutsu and his little element bomb. Cyborg was using his sonic cannon, but Naruto had called it lightning style shock cannon, and he had turned CY's other arm into a lightning blade called lightning style shockwave blade. Beast Boy had turned into a normal-sized lion and was swiping at the poor dog. When the real Cyborg saw this through the link, he smacked his head saying, "Why didn't I think of that?" Beast Boy then turned into a crow and lifted the poor dog into the air where Kiba was once at and then was shocked pretty good by Cy's lightning style rapid lightning bullets. The puppy then fell next the downed Kiba. When Kiba sat up, he was hurting pretty bad and was about to stand up if it were not for the puppet titans and their active jutsu pointed at him. Star had her chaos style, chaos ball, Raven with her darkness style, sword of darkness, Beast Boy, who had turned into a saber-toothed tiger, Cyborg with his lightning style. Shock cannon pointed at him and Robin had his exploding dicks. What do you say, Kiba? You continue and I have my little friend blow you away all the way to Kingdom Come or you give up. Naruto stated. Kiba hung his before he suddenly looked, he and Akamaru forming their Gatsuga again and plowing through the puppets into Naruto's gut. No, he yelled. Fine, have it your way. Groaned Naruto as he shot up in the air, the puppets following him. Naruto unrolled the scroll he got the puppets from before the Robin, Cyborg, and Beast Boy versions went up in a poof of smoke. Allow me to introduce you all to a newer Teen Titan. Terra. He called out as a Terra-like puppet appeared next to the puppet versions of Starfire and Raven. Oh, and what can this one do? Kiba asked wearily, while everyone rose an eyebrow. The real Terra can literally control the earth, so this Terra is similar. Naruto replied before he ran dive-bombed Kiba. He performed form hand signs before calling out, wind style. Updraft. A gust of wind sent Kiba high into the air. The Starfire puppet rushed to the ground and positioned itself right under him and looked up. It performed a chaos style. Chaos beams with its eyes, blasting the dog boy higher in the air and making him scream out in pain. The Raven and Terra puppets soared to opposite sides of the room and sent their own attacks, fists of darkness and earth, right at Kiba in the middle, keeping him in the air for a while. Naruto smirked as he flew right above Kiba before he made his right foot go aflame. He kicked Kiba down to the ground before he flew down himself and unseal a blue bass guitar and whacked Kiba into the statue across the room. Hayate came up next to the blonde and asked, where did you get that? Naruto shrugged, I am not really sure, but I seem to have conjured it when I eat tofu. That made a lot of people confused. Hayate shook his head before announcing Naruto the winner. For the most part, everyone was shocked that Naruto could use puppet like that with no trouble was amazing. Also add in the fact that Naruto used the jutsu like that to make his puppets all the more powerful and deadly, but they were still confused about the guitar. The Titans agreed that the battle was great and they learned that Naruto knew how to improvise. The next two battles were the same as the anime where Neji beat Hinata pretty badly and it pissed Naruto and the Teen Titans off. The next battle where Gaara beat Lee was very gruesome to the Titans and they learned that Gaara was crazy, with Robin thinking he would fit in well in Gotham. The last battle between Dosu and Choji was pointless because all Dosu had to punch him in his fat and he was down because of some weird sound attack. After that was all said and done, the link with Titans was cut and the Hokage told them that the real test will begin in a month, so they have all that time to train. It seemed that Naruto would be facing Neji in the third exam. This was going to be fun. When most of the people had left the room, Naruto walked up to the Hokage and they began talking about the Titans and them coming to Konoha via his new clone, the Titan clone. Review. Chapter 7 Foxfire, Chapter 7 Jinx 32 Ravager 27 Argent 23 Bumblebee 15. Like I said before, I like Ravage better, so if you guys pick Jinx, I will either have Ravager become good friends with Naruto or make her a fourth. Anyway, did you guys want Naruto to go to the hive instead of Cyborg? Vote at the end. Well, here we go. After Naruto had his meeting with the Hokage, he left to go home. As he walked, he though back to the meeting. Flashback. Hey old man, I got some stuff to tell you, it is important, said Naruto. The old man sighed and said, what is it, Naruto? Well, you know those puppets I used? Yeah. They really are real people. They're my friends. Starfire is the one that is my sister and I have a way to bring them here. The Hokage had a shocked look on his face. You said that they are in another world. How will you be able to do this? Two things. The mind link I share with them all and the new clone jutsu I invented. I can bring their minds into this village. New clone jutsu? You made a new clone jutsu? Yep. I call it the Titan clone. It is a mix of the shadow clone jutsu and blood clone jutsu. It will be like they are here and not there, said Naruto. That was all their little spy heard before he left to go tell Danzo about what he heard. That is incredible. Why did I never think of a clone jutsu like that? It is 'cause you're old, chuckled Naruto as the old man face vaulted. Now Naruto, I have but one concern and that is the council. You know they will try something. Naruto scowled and said, yeah I know, but I'll put them in their place if they do try something, he, said Naruto as he blew fire sunshine out of there, leaving a shivering Hokage at what Naruto would do to them. End flashback. With that he went to sleep after a long day. The next day, he went to go see where Kakashi was and he found him at the hospital. Kakashi-sensei, think you could help me train for the finals? Asked Naruto, but even he knew the answer to that question. Sorry Naruto, I can't, I am going to be training Sasuke, Kakashi lazily said. Saw that coming. Naruto deadpanned in his mind. Yeah okay, I can get help somewhere else, I already planned on having the Titans come over, he said to himself, but Kakashi heard him and wanted to ask, but Naruto had already Azure Sunshined away. So Kakashi, where is that student you wanted me to meet? Asked Ebisu as he appeared on the scene. Gone. You can go after him if you want, but I don't care, Kakashi said as he went back to his book, and Ebisu just shrugged his shoulders, it was a waste of time anyway. Back with Naruto, Naruto was in training ground 7 and he was trying to figure out how to summon. He sighed and thought, hey, the old man should know how to do this, I'll ask him later, but right now I feel like bringing the Titans over here. Starfire, can you hear me? Yes, I can brother. What is it that you require? Do any of you want to visit Konoha through your minds like I do when I come there? Glorious, I will ask them. Naruto only had to wait a few minutes as Starfire went in search of her friends. Brother, only a few of us can go at a time. Robin says that someone has to watch the tower. Well, that is understandable, who can come? He said through the mind link. Me. Along with Raven and Robin. They wish to see what the ninja world is like. Beast Boy and Cyborg will come later. Alright, you three should meditate because that is how you will take control of your Titan clone bodies. Right, after she said that, the link went dead. Alright indeed, said Naruto as he preformed 2 hand signs and 3 Titan clones appeared in the shape of Robin, Raven, and Starfire. He then put a hand to Starfire's forehand and whispered, connect, and she opened her eyes to her brother's world for the first time. He did that with the other 2 and they smiled. This is defiantly new. Robin commented, it is like I am in 2 places at once but I can't feel my original body. Hey, join the club man. Chuckled Naruto. It is like being in my own mind, very different, commented Raven. Yeah well, come on, I want to give you guys a tour, Naruto said, and then for about 2 hours they went around the whole village. They met the ramen chiefs and actually found the ramen they make to be really good. They finally ended up at the hot springs after looking at the village from atop the Hokage monument. Care to have a refreshing dip? That would be most glorious, Starfire announced with starry eyes. Come on friend Raven, let us refresh ourselves in the spring of hotness. She grabbed Raven before the girl could reply, making the boys sweat drop. Well, come one Robin, Naruto said after a few seconds, right.